Chapter 3403. Mommy, we'll go right away. Don't be mad. Little Bean immediately tried to please her mother. Mommy, can we ask Handsome Sue to drive us? Or Uncle and Can? Little Bean was a bit scared. I'll drive you. Get in the car. Huomin's expression was serious. The twins didn't dare to say more and followed the chauffeur into the car. Sis, it's not their fault. Lu Yin saw her sister was unhappy and wanted to speak up for the twins. But Huomin interrupted her. Yin, wait for me in the car. Okay. Lu Yin didn't dare to say more and got into the RV with the twins. Huomin turned to look at Suyu. Dr. Hua, if you're angry, take it out on me. I asked them to stay last night and took them to the hospital today. Suyu was afraid the twins would be scolded. After all, Huomin was famous for being strict with the kids, so he took all the blame. Whoa, you're a hero. Uncle Lei. Huomin sneered. No. Dr. Hua, let's talk nicely. Don't be so sarcastic, okay? So you hated Hua Min the most. Yeah, President Hua, please sit down. And immediately brought over a chair. Huomin didn't sit down. She was 4 months pregnant and her belly was big. Wearing a Korean-style dress with lotus leaf sleeves, she looked like a pretty girl from a humble family. However, she didn't look like a pregnant woman. She was wearing a pair of flats, but her feet were slightly swollen. Maybe it was because she was pregnant. All right, it's been a morning and you guys haven't had a good rest. Hurry up and go to your own things. Huomin didn't say anything and didn't blame Suyu. Mian. Suyu was worried. Suyu, where's Zhengro? Can I talk to her? Huomin said, she's in the kitchen. Suyu pointed at the kitchen. Huomin slowly walked over. Did you tell Mian? Suyu pointed at him and asked. It really wasn't me, President Su. I swear, and looked aggrieved. Then who is it? How did she know we were here? Suyu was puzzled. How long had it been since he came back? Huomin suddenly came to visit. Inside the kitchen, Zhengro didn't plan to meet Huomin. After all, if she went out to greet him, she would be seen as flattering, and if she didn't say anything, she would be seen as arrogant. Therefore, she deliberately hid in the kitchen and cleaned here and there, not going out. However, she did not expect Huomin to take the initiative to look for her. Zhengro. Zhengro looked back a little guilty. She was living in Suyu's place and had no status there. She was afraid that Huomin would beat around the bush and say something, so she could be shameless in front of Suyu. But as a woman, if she was scolded in front of Huomin, she would be embarrassed. I'm sorry about today, Huomin said. Huomin's sudden apology shocked and confused Zhengro. Pudding and Little Bean are very obedient. Maybe it's because they are too close to Suyu that they are hostile to you. They deliberately gave you a hard time and brought you a lot of trouble. It's my fault as their mother. I'll discipline them when I get back. No. Dr. Hua, Pudding and Little Bean are fine. They didn't give me a hard time. Zhengro immediately waved her hand, not wanting to cause trouble. The children thought she had bad intentions. I'm sorry about the breakfast. You've been busy all morning. Zhengro could tell that Huomin knew what had happened here. It's okay. Even if Pudding and Little Bean aren't here, I still have to make breakfast. And in Su, you're used to it. I just made a little more today. Huomin didn't say anything. He took out a business card from his bag, wrote a few words, and handed it to Zhengro. Find me at Southside Recuperation Center in an hour. Then, Huomin turned and left. Zhengro held the business card from Huomin, still in shock. Chapter 3404. Huomin didn't talk to Zhengro for long before he turned around and left. Mian, have you had breakfast? Suyu asked. Yes. I'm going to work now. You should go too. Yan's just recovered from her injury, and I don't want her to run around. After saying goodbye, Huomin got in her car and left. President Hua doesn't look happy, and murmured, Do I need you to tell me that? I could tell the moment she walked in. That's strange. Who informed President Hua? And was puzzled. So you didn't say anything. Could it be Miss Zhengro? And suspected instinctively. After all, there were only a few people here, and Lu Yin hadn't called him on the way here. He had been with Lu Yin the whole time. The twins didn't dare to say anything, and Suyu wouldn't tell anyone. So, Zhengro was the only suspect left. It wasn't me, Zhengro said as she walked out of the kitchen, and was so embarrassed that he felt cancer was about to explode. Immediately, he stood up. I'm gonna clean the car. President Sue, call me when you leave. And immediately found an excuse and left. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to face Zhang Ro. In fact, he was just guessing and was surprised that Zhang Ro had heard him. Embarrassed, Sue turned around and glanced at Zhang Ro and was just guessing. He meant no harm. Don't be angry. I'm not angry. It's normal for you to think that way. But I'm curious how Huamin knew about this. She seems to know everything, including that I made breakfast. Just now, Sue looked at Zhang Ro and didn't continue. Obviously, Zhang Ro knew what he was going to say. Huamin apologized to me. I felt she was angry. I'm afraid the twins will be scolded. Do you want to go and beg for mercy? I don't dare. No one can stop Mian from scolding the kids. Suyu was exasperated. She asked me to go to the hospital to see her. See her? Suyu was more confused. Yes. Did he say anything? No. Zhang Ro shook her head. Mian is so weird today. Suyu muttered to himself. Inside the motor home, the atmosphere was very oppressive. On the spacious seats, the four of them sat facing each other. In the middle was a small coffee table. Huamin and Lu Yin sat on one side, while Pudding and Little Bean sat on the other. The car drove steadily on the road. Tell me, what's going on between the two of you? Huamin's face was cold. Mommy, what are you talking about? Little Bean played dumb. Pudding just bit her lip and didn't say anything. Don't play dumb. Whose idea was it to ask Zhang Ro to make breakfast for you this morning? Huamin asked sternly. Only then did the two children realize the seriousness of the matter. Both of them remained silent. Sister, how did you know about this? Did someone snitch on us? Lu Yin thought her subordinates might have told her sister about it. But on second thought, she didn't think it was right. When she left, her subordinates also left the hospital and didn't see her sister. Yin, don't interrupt. Huamin didn't want Lu Yin to interfere with him disciplining the twins. You have 3 seconds. Tell me, whose idea was it? Huamin glanced at his daughters. Today, they were wearing white short-sleeve shirts and navy suspenders with bows on their collars. It was a beautiful school uniform. Mommy, it was me. Mommy, it was me. To their surprise, the two children spoke in unison. So, it was your idea, right? Huamin asked word for word. Chapter 34:05. The twins fell silent again. Okay, now let me ask you, why did you do this? Huamin asked. Little Bean glanced at her sister, trying to figure out what her sister meant. After a moment of hesitation, Pudding decided to tell the truth. Otherwise, with her intelligence, her mom would have guessed it. Mommy, we just wanted to help handsome Su check Annie Zhang Ro's character. So, Suyu is an adult and doesn't have enough intelligence. So he needs the help of 3-year-old kids, right? No, Mommy. Pudding, Little Bean, Mommy is heartbroken. Daddy and I have been so busy with work that we neglected to educate you. I thought you two were obedient and sensible, but I didn't expect you to be so stupid when it comes to Suyu's private life. Mommy, handsome Su treats us like his own children, and we think it's our duty to do something for him. You had good intentions, but what you did was ridiculous. Do you think Annie Zhang can't see it? If Zhang Ro is smart, she can pretend to like you and get along with you and pretend to be a good person. If she has a bad temper and treats you badly, it doesn't mean she's a bad person. Maybe she just doesn't like you too. Your logic is ridiculous. Sis, you can't blame them for this. Lu Yin had never seen her sister scold the kids, so she tried to defend them. Yin, if you say one more word, you'll get out of the car and take a taxi to the hospital to find me. I'll shut up. Lu Yin didn't dare to say more and had to leave the kids to their own devices. Mommy, let me ask you, does handsome Su love us? Pudding suddenly got the courage to stand up and ask Huamin. He does. He's so nice to us. What's wrong with us caring about his private life? Pudding continued. That's right. Handsome Su has always been popular with women. With his status, besides the actresses from Imperial Star, he also has a lot of socialites, models, and hosts. What's wrong with us helping him distinguish the good from the bad? Pudding said, that's the problem. Suyu is a smart man with a high IQ. He was a soldier and a businessman. Besides his family background, he got all his achievements by himself. He's not a good-for-nothing and can't be tested by you too. So you knows what kind of person Zhang Ro is. What you did to Zheng Ro today would seem spoiled and uneducated in the eyes of outsiders. Mommy, we're not. Little Bean felt that her mommy's words were too harsh, so tears welled up in her eyes. His voice was also as soft as a mosquito's. Mommy, I don't agree with you. I think we're doing this for Handsome Sue's sake. Auntie Zheng Ro seems okay for now, but we need to observe her later. Whether Su Yu is with Zheng Ro or any other woman, you're not allowed to interfere in this matter, including me and your dad. Our family is close to the Su family, but we're not close enough to tell Su Yu who he's with. Love is limited to the feelings of the people involved. You're still young and don't understand some things. Huomin thought the kids were still young and couldn't talk too much about the godly things. They might not understand it immediately. Mommy, don't be angry. You're pregnant with little brother. Little Bean cried and apologized to her mother. Hearing her sister's words, the domineering pudding softened. Are you guys still curious about how I know all this? Huomian asked. The kids looked at each other, thinking their mommy had guessed correctly. Do you also think it's most likely Zheng Ro called me and told on you? Huomin asked. So it's her. Pudding looked at her mother calmly, eager to know the answer. Chapter 34:06. It wasn't her, Huomin said calmly. The twins were surprised. After all, other than Zheng Ro, who else could snitch on them? Andy, was it you? Little Bean turned to look at Lu Yan. Do you think your Andy is that kind of person? Snitching every day? Lu Yan was skeptical. Mommy, how did you know about this? Little Bean was puzzled. If Zheng Ro didn't say anything, the others wouldn't snitch on them. I saw it on the surveillance camera in the hospital. Huomin said calmly again. Surveillance camera? Little Bean was surprised. Little Bean was surprised. Oh, I know. Mommy must have gone to the hospital to pick up Annie and found she was discharged. Then she checked the surveillance camera and heard our conversation at the door. Yes. Huomin nodded. It seems we misunderstood Annie Zheng Ro. We really thought it was her. Little Bean bit her lip and said in a low voice. Whether she snitched on us or not, I must tell you seriously that you can't meddle in Su Yu's affairs anymore. Huomin's expression was still serious. Mommy, Little Bean began to play coy. Don't play coy. I'm talking about a very serious problem. Don't you think you've meddled enough? Huomin's face was cold. That's because we don't treat ourselves as outsiders. Handsome Su treats us like family, Little Bean argued. But as family, you should give him some space. Even Lord Su and Grandma, Su didn't meddle this time, but you're making trouble for him. Scolded by their mommy, the twins lowered their heads and didn't speak. This is my first and last warning about breakfast. You're on your own now. Then Huomin looked out the window. We've arrived at the school. Get out of the car. Goodbye, Mommy. Goodbye, Andy. Little Bean got out of the car, listlessly with her backpack. Goodbye, Mommy. Goodbye, Auntie. Pudding also seemed to feel wronged. She couldn't see the problem from a mother's point of view and still felt that she was too strict with them. After the kids got out of the car, Lu Yin walked up to Huomin and held his arm. Sis, just now, weren't you a little too much? No. I think the two kids are scared. Lu Yin felt sorry for the two kids. Lu Yin, don't be fooled by their looks. They have a lot of tricks up their sleeves. They pretended to be pitiful so that I won't blame them anymore. Do you think they're really scared? Your family members are so complicated. Lu Yin thought it was hard enough to get along with a family of 4. If the third kid came out, would they make a scene? Yeah. Do you think it's easy to educate kids? You gave birth to them and brought them into the world. So you have to teach them how to be a good person instead of letting them fool around. I don't want to raise 2 kids with princess syndrome. I don't want people to say that I, Huomin, didn't teach my kids well. Whoa. Okay. Sis, you're still young. Don't talk like a mother. It's depressing to hear it. Let's not talk about them. Didn't you take me to the checkup? Ha! Lu Yin didn't want to talk about parenting with her sister. After all, she didn't even know how to be in a relationship. At Southside Recuperation Center, Huomin didn't let Lu Yin go until he made sure she was fine. Soon, Zheng Ro arrived too. She came alone in a taxi, which surprised Huomin. He had thought Su Yu would come with her. Dr. Hua, I'm here. Zheng Ro knocked on the door. Chapter 34:07. Come in. Huomin sorted out the data sheets on the desk and stood up. Zheng Ro walked in and glanced around Huamin's office. She heard that she was now a deputy director, but her office wasn't luxuriously decorated or bright. Instead, it looked like an ordinary doctor's office. Most importantly, it was simple and clean. Sit down. What would you like to drink? I can do it myself. Seeing Huamin's pregnant belly, Zheng Ro didn't want her to pour herself water. Huamian didn't argue. She nodded and handed the disposable cup to her. There are tea and coffee downstairs. Pour yourself some. Okay, I'll just drink some water. Zheng Ro poured herself a cup of water from the water dispenser and sat down on the black sofa. Both of them were silent. Huamin received an internal call and assigned some tasks. Zheng Ro sat there and waited quietly. After Huamin hung up the phone, she said hesitantly, Dr. Hua, okay. I heard you hurt your leg. Let's go to the orthopedics department. Huh? Before Zheng Ro could react, Huamin took her to the orthopedics department. Obviously, she was familiar with the doctors in the orthopedics department. After taking Zheng Ro's x-ray, a nurse helped her to rest. Huamin held the x-ray and discussed something seriously with the chief physicians. After a while, Huamin walked over. Do you still feel pain in your leg? Not usually, but if you walk too fast or walk too much, you will. Yes, we found out that you might have gotten out of bed before you recovered from your injuries. Moreover, you exercised quite a lot and were too active, which caused a small bone to be dislocated. Huh? Is it serious? Do I need surgery? At the mention of surgery, Zheng Ro was frightened. It's not that bad. You just need to continue to rest. You can't walk around too much. I'll prescribe you some anti-inflammatory medicine. Remember to take it. The weather is hot now, so you must change the medicine in time. If it's not convenient for you to come, I can ask the nurse to change it for you at home. That's not necessary. Huh, I can't stay idle. I'm bored at home. I'll just come and change once a week. Yes, that's fine too. At this time, the nurse who had been sent away by Huamin came back with a bag full of medicine. They were both Chinese and Western medicine, and they all looked quite expensive. Take these back. There's a list inside that will tell you how to eat them. You have to eat them on time. Okay, how much is it? Where do I pay? Zheng Ro stood up to grab her purse. No need. I've already settled the bill. Huh? How can I do that? How can I do that? Zheng Ro was a bit embarrassed. She didn't know Huamin that well, and it wasn't appropriate for her to ask him to spend money on her. It's okay. You're Su Yu's friend, so you're also my friend. Then, Huamin handed the medicine to Zheng Ro. Little Chui, call a taxi for Miss Zheng and send her the car, Huamin said. Okay, Vice Director. Huamin, thank you. Zheng Ro felt warm in her heart. In all her life, other than her parents, no one had ever been so nice to her and even called a taxi for her. All the people Zheng Ro knew about her identity and wanted to use her to get on her father's good side. So, she wasn't used to Huamin being so nice to her all of a sudden. Watching Zheng Ro walk away, Huamin's expression changed. At noon in the cafeteria of Southside, sitting across from Huamin was Lady Su. Ever since Huamin found her a management job in the hospital, Lady Su had been very active and came to work almost every day. She was kind and had a good relationship with many young nurses. Of course, some of them wanted to get close to Su Yu to get close to Lady Su. Mian, what do you think? What do you think of the kid's character? Lady Su asked eagerly. Chapter 3408. Her character looks good for now, Huamin said slowly. What do you mean by okay? Mrs. Su was probably too worried about her son. She didn't want her son to be impatient. She could only ask Huamin for help. Huamin didn't want to test people. While the twins were fooling around, she went to Su Yu's house. Then she would have a chance to talk to Zheng Ro without being suspected. Annie Su, Zheng Ro, how should I put it? She looks good. She doesn't look like a bad person. But there's one thing I'm curious about. What is it? With her family background, it shouldn't be hard for her to find a boyfriend. Why does she have her eyes on Su Yu? I think she moved here too suddenly and is too enthusiastic about Su Yu. How should I put it? It's just a feeling. I don't have any proof. Annie, don't take it seriously. I haven't thought it through yet. Huamin analyzed slowly while eating. Yeah, but I asked Xiaomei Yu's aunt. She said she's known Zheng Ro for years and has a good reputation in the provincial capital. She's a good girl. You can't say that. Auntie, think about it. Song Yishur has a good reputation and is a top student who came back from abroad. She's well-educated. My mother-in-law was also fooled by her. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. No matter how good Xiaomei's words are, I still have lingering fears. Mian, you're a smart girl. You and Chu will help us by helping you. Lady Su liked Huamin very much and had been close with him for years. She treated him as her own child and said whatever she wanted to say. Huamin nodded. Not really, but Auntie Su, with your help, I'll do my best. I'll keep an eye on Zheng Ro. If I find she's a threat to Su Yu, I'll tell you. Yeah, you listens to you the most. Don't let him be charmed by this woman and find out she has ulterior motives. It'll be too late. I don't think so. I asked Qin Chu to investigate Zheng Ro's background for me. Her father's position has been stable, and he hasn't been transferred recently. I don't think he'll let his daughter get close to Su Yu and use his influence to get a promotion. Besides, at his age and position, he doesn't have much room for promotion. Zheng Ro hasn't interacted with Su Yu in the past few years, so I'm confused by her sudden appearance. But we can't assume the worst. Maybe she really likes Su Yu. It'll be great if she really likes him. It'll be a happy marriage. Distance tests a horse's strength, and time reveals a person's heart. Although I'm anxious about Yu's marriage, I still need to know the person first. Auntie Su, you're wise. Huamin admired this senior who never messed around and knew when to stop. Wise. My generation is old. It's the age of the internet. The world belongs to you young people. Lady Su smiled and didn't say more. After the inspection, Lu Yan went out to have fun. She found it hard not to spend money when she was free. Maybe it was because she had too much money. So, she rushed in the mall and bought a lot of things for Huamin and his family. Finally, she stood at the entrance of the mall with big and small bags in her hands, wondering how she could carry so many things. She asked her subordinates to come down. Lu Yan thought it was too ostentatious and didn't want to be with them. It was annoying to have 4 or 5 subordinates wherever she went. Finally, an idea came to her. She picked up her cell phone and called in. Hello? Who is this? And looked at the unfamiliar number curiously and almost thought it was a scam. Hello, sir. I'm from the XX Public Security Bureau. Our bank found that one of your cards has recently spent 83 million yuan overseas. Did you spend it yourself? Lu Yan tried hard not to laugh. Chapter 3409. Yes, I spent it, and had seen too many scams like this, so he answered calmly. Damn it, I didn't know you were so good at bragging. You look so honest. Lu Yan couldn't help but raise her voice. Lu Yan, and seemed to recognize her voice and chuckled to himself. It's me. I'm going to be crippled. Come and help me. Huh? You fought with someone? And was scared out of his wits. I'll tell you when you get here. I'm at the entrance of In Time department store. I'll give you 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. Hey, I'll talk. Before one could finish his words, Lu Yan hung up the phone in a domineering tone. She's so arrogant now? She fought in front of a department store? The more he thought about it, the more scared he became. Although they hadn't known each other for a long time, and knew Lu Yan's simple and violent personality, he knew she was the kind of woman who would fight without warning. So, he immediately turned around and asked for leave from Su Yu. President Su, I want to take leave. No. Su Yu buried his head in the files. Don't mess around, President Su. Am I messing around, or are you messing around? You're single like me. Why do you need to take leave? So you seem to know his psychic very well. Dr. Hua's sister is fighting with someone. I have to go and help her. Fighting? So you looked up. Yeah, Lu Yan has a bad temper. She's only been here for a few days, but she's fighting almost once a day and counted on his fingers. Lu Yan's not easy to deal with either. So you felt a headache coming on. She has a good personality. At least she's simple, and bit his lips and said shyly, Forget it. I don't like her. If I marry her, I'll have to worry about her. So you shook his head. Although he had a bad temper, the girl he liked had the opposite personality. So you like quiet girls. Of course, it was only after he fell in love with Huamin that he concluded that he liked someone with a high IQ, who was calm and steady, and who had an indifferent personality. So you thought that Lu Yan was like gunpowder and would explode at the slightest touch. Normal men wouldn't be able to stand her. Of course, the man who could become Lu Yan's other half couldn't be an ordinary man. All right, President Sue, I'm leaving. Oh yeah, I'm driving the Lamborghini. As in spoke, he walked to the table, took the key, and left. At this kid, I'm not done yet. Sue looked at Anne's anxious back view and smiled helplessly. In fact, it wasn't too far from Imperial Star to Antime Department Store, but because they were both in the city center, there was a lot of traffic. Shaolin was afraid that he would miss the appointment, so he sped all the way out of the door. Moreover, he sped all the way through small holes. At this time, he didn't care about breaking the rules and just sped all the way. Finally, the car stopped in front of Lu Yin at the appointed time. How is it? I'm not late, right? And got out of the car, panting. No, it's exactly 9 minutes and 15 seconds. Lu Yin smiled. Where is he? And looked around, but didn't see anyone else. Who is he? Didn't you say you were going to cripple me? Yeah, look at all these things. How can I carry them? My hand will be crippled if I carry them back. Lu Yin pointed at the trophies on the ground. And what are you waiting for? Help me carry them. Oh, okay. Seeing that Lu Yin was fine and was relieved. When he took the things from Lu Yin, he accidentally noticed a detail. Lu Yin's palm was full of calluses. It didn't look like the delicate hand of a girl in her early 20s. What are you looking at? Lu Yin patted him on the shoulder. Chapter 34:10. Your hands. And looked at Lu Yan's hands and didn't know what to say. Oh, my skin is rough. I can't help it. Lu Yin smiled faintly. How did you get it? I was born with it. And seeing Lu Yin lie so confidently and didn't know what to say. Where are we going now? Do you want me to drive you back to South Hill Manor? And asked. It's still early. Let's have lunch together. I want to thank you for coming to my rescue. Lu Yin smiled from the passenger seat. Lunch is fine, but you have to promise me one thing. Whoa, how dare you bargain with me when I'm treating you to lunch? Kid, do you want to die? Lu Yin looked at him amused. I don't care. If you don't promise me, I won't eat lunch with you. And was determined. Okay. Tell me what's the matter. Can you promise me that you won't fight with others? And looked at Lu Yin helplessly. Lu Yin, you make it sound like I often fight with others. Lu Yin looked at him in disdain. Miss Lu Yin, think about it. You've only been here for a few days. How many times have you fought? And looked at Lu Yin with even more disdain. It's just a small fight. Okay, don't make a fuss about it. I don't care. If you don't promise me, I won't eat lunch with you. You better go back to South Hill Manor or go to Southside. You seem to listen to Dr. Hua. No. I promise you. Let's go and eat first. The twins went to school while Hua Min went to work. Only Hua Min's in-laws lived in South Hill Manor. Lu Yin didn't want to go back, so she didn't want to. Okay. Seeing Lu Yin agree without hesitation, and nodded and felt relieved. What do you want to eat for lunch? And asked, do you have anything special here? Does Ixion's ramen count? And asked, to be honest, and didn't like ramen before. Later, when Suyu went there for some reason, and went there a few times, to his surprise, he found himself addicted to the ramen at that restaurant. If he didn't eat for a few days, he would feel uncomfortable all over. Damn it, I'm not going. Lu Yin immediately shook her head at the mention of Ixion's ramen. Isn't that the place where my sister and brother-in-law got engaged in high school? That small noodle stall cost 2 yuan a bowl. To be honest, Lu Yin really thought it was delicious. Why? My sister and brother-in-law went to Ixion to eat noodles. What they ate was feelings and memories of their youth. Do you understand? Why should we join the fun? No, I really think that ramen restaurant is delicious. Delicious my ass. It's just a psychological effect. I'm not going. I want hot pot. When Lu Yin said she wanted to eat hot pot and didn't dare to object, then can we go to Shu Xiang restaurant? The hot pot there's more famous. Sure. Crossing her legs, Lu Yin put on her sunglasses and looked out the window, and drove Suyu's Lamborghini all the way to a special hot pot not far away. Meanwhile in Moscow, young master, that's basically it. His subordinate sent the latest information and videos to his phone. He opened it and his face darkened immediately. That damned woman Lu Yin came to China to eat hot pot with a gigolo? He looked down and saw the information of this person clearly. It turned out that he was Su Yu's bodyguard. It seemed that Yin and Su Yu didn't have much to do with each other, but she was having fun with his bodyguard. 3 minutes later, Xiao Fei picked up his phone and made a call. On the other end of the call, in China, Wen and Lu Yin got out of the car and walked inside. They saw a sign on the hot pot restaurant saying closed. Then, the customers inside were being driven out one by one. Hey, what's going on? Lu Yin was curious. We're closed. Please go somewhere else. It's noon. You're not open? Are you having fun? Lu Yin was puzzled. Was this hot pot restaurant crazy? Chapter 34:11. We're closed. Let's go. The waiters of the hot pot restaurant began to clear the place impatiently. Fuck. With Lu Yan's bad temper, she must be the kind of person who would open the restaurant whether she wanted to or not. Before Lu Yan could lose her temper and stopped her. You promised me you wouldn't fight. Lu Yan was at a loss for words. Wait here. I'll go and ask. And walked up and said to the waiters, I'm Lord Su's bodyguard. Our Lord Su is a regular customer here. What's wrong with you today? What do you mean? Oh, I'm sorry. We really can't open the restaurant. But I brought Lord Su's customer here for dinner. What you did made our Lord Su unhappy. Will you bear the consequences? And knew how to lie through his teeth and use Su Yu to scare the waiters. Wait a moment, sir. I'll ask our manager to talk to you. Hearing that they were Lord Su's people, the waiters didn't dare to offend them and had to find the manager. When the manager came out, he immediately recognized the Mr. In. Is Lord Su here? Lord Su asked me to bring a customer here for dinner. But today it's really... The manager seemed to want to say something, but stopped. What on earth happened? And frowned slightly, feeling that something was wrong with this restaurant and that it must be hiding something. To tell you the truth, 5 minutes ago, we received a call from the boss saying that someone booked the whole restaurant and didn't allow us to open the restaurant today. Who is it? How dare you talk so big? Shaolin was speechless. I don't know. The boss didn't say. Okay, I won't make it difficult for you. Seeing that the manager didn't seem to be lying, and turned around and walked back. What did he say? Lu Yin asked. He said someone booked the whole restaurant. Fuck. Who booked it? I'll pay 5 times the price. Just give it to me. Lu Yin was rich. He's probably a friend of the boss. It might not be a matter of money, and explained. What the fuck? Let's go to another restaurant. No, I want to eat here. If he doesn't let me eat today, I'll smash his restaurant. Lu Yin was furious. You promised me that you wouldn't fight. Shaolin brought up the band-tightening spell again. Yeah, but I didn't promise you that I would destroy the store. Lu Yan's self-righteous look made him speechless. Moscow, young master. Miss Yin wants to destroy the shop. What should we do? A man asked anxiously in the video. Smash the store? She's really something. Xiao Fei was both angry and amused. Yes, the boss asked me to ask you what to do. She didn't know what Xiao Fei said. 3 minutes later, the manager walked out and glanced at In and Lu Yin. Our boss agreed to your request, right? Can we go in and eat now? Lu Yin said proudly. But only you're allowed to go in. Mr. Shaolin can't. The manager said. Why? Lu Yin was dumbfounded. I don't know the details. Our boss gave us the order. Is your boss an idiot? I'm here to eat with my friend. How can he let my friend wait outside? Lu Yin rolled up her sleeves, ready to go all out. His vow not to fight had been forgotten in an instant. Beauty, come down. Come with me. Someone wants to see you. See me? Lu Yin was surprised. Lu Yin, don't go. It's dangerous. And felt more and more that this hot pot restaurant was sneaky. It's fine. If I go in, they'll be in danger. If you dare to lie to me, I'll raise your restaurant to the ground. Lu Yin threatened him as she swaggered into the room and was stopped outside the door. Where's he? Who wants to see me? Lu Yin yelled impatiently. Chapter 34:12. Lu Yin felt that if the bastards in the hot pot restaurant dared to trick her, she would be in big trouble. Then, today, one by one, they would all be taken down here. She was ready to show off her skills. But at this moment, she heard a familiar voice. Lu Yin, after you came back to China, did you let yourself go? Psycho Qiao? Lu Yin was dumbfounded. She turned around abruptly and saw the manager of the hot pot restaurant holding a cell phone with trembling hands. On the screen of the cell phone was a silver-haired man sitting in a Russian-style chair, wearing a double-breasted Navy military uniform. He looked demonic. You. Lu Yin felt like she had to teach him a lesson. This damned guy didn't reply to her messages or pick up her calls. She thought they would continue their Cold War, but he suddenly appeared in the hot pot restaurant. You're a woman who doesn't keep her word. Again. Lu Yin was exasperated. I shouldn't have believed you. Xiao Fei regretted it. Why did he listen to this woman's plan and live apart from her for so long? In China, she lived a good life and had a man with her. But in Russia, he had to face his cold father, his vicious second brother, and Amy, who was obsessed with him. Xiao Fei was furious. Why don't you say that you and Amy talk bad about me behind my back? Lu Yin tried to find fault with him. You can eat and shop with a man? Xiao Fei asked. That's right. Whatever I do is right. Whatever you do is wrong. Lu Yin, can you be reasonable? I'm not Lu Yin if I'm reasonable. What's reasonable? How much is 500 grams? Can it be eaten? Lu Yin tilted her head and chuckled. So, you think I can't do anything to you in Russia, right? What do you think? Lu Yin continued to provoke him. That man outside is Su Yu's bodyguard, right? What's your relationship with him? We're intimate. We're going to date soon. Lu Yin purposely tried to provoke Xiao Fei. I'll give you one more chance. Tell me the truth, or I promise I'll kill him in 5 seconds. Hearing his words, Lu Yin immediately turned around and ran to the entrance of the hot pot restaurant and was still standing beside the Lamborghini, guarding the pair of trophies Lu Yin had bought, completely oblivious to her presence. Lu Yin looked around and was shocked. On the building diagonally opposite Xiao, a sniper had appeared out of nowhere. He was already aiming at Xiao. This wasn't a joke. Psycho Xiao had never been one to brag, and his life was really in danger. Psycho Xiao, are you serious? What do you think? Don't. Calm down. Lu Yin was scared and immediately gave in. So, what is the relationship between the two of you? It's really nothing. My sister was worried that I'd be bored, so she asked Su Yu to keep me company. But Su Yu didn't have time, so he got a bodyguard to keep me company. He's an honest guy, so don't blame him. It's not his fault, Lu Yin finally explained. Are you done? I'm done. There's really nothing. Don't you have spies in the country? You should be able to find out. Quick, get the sniper to come down. Don't accidentally fire and kill him. Lu Yin thought that if he was killed, she would be fine, but how would her sister explain it to Su Yu? Say you love me. Huh? Lu Yin was dumbfounded again. Say you love me, and I'll ask the sniper to come down. Xiao Fei said expressionlessly. He didn't seem to be joking at all. Chapter 34:13. Fuck. Xiao Fei. You're shameless. Lu Yin cursed. 3 seconds. Hey, didn't you give me 5 seconds? Lu Yin was anxious. I don't have time to talk nonsense with you. Are you going to tell me or not? Lu Yin looked around and saw the waiters of the hot pot restaurant were looking at her. How could she tell them? But if she didn't tell them, with Psycho Qiao's temper, and would die immediately. At this moment, Lu Yin had an idea. Pointing at the waiters, she said, You guys close your eyes and cover your ears. The waiters looked at each other. They didn't know who this girl was, but since the manager was so polite, they didn't dare to be rude. Immediately, they closed their eyes and covered their ears. And you? Lu Yin pointed at the manager with the cell phone. Beauty, I'll close my eyes but not my ears. I'm video chatting with you, right? The manager said submissively. Don't tell anyone what you hear or I'll kill you. Yes. I won't tell anyone. Lu Yin, can you be more straightforward? Xiao Fei was impatient. I love you, okay? Lu Yin's voice wasn't very confident. Your voice is too low. Don't cross the line, Psycho Qiao. Your voice is low. Say it again, louder. Lu Yin held her breath and finally yelled at the man in the video. I love you so much. I love you so much. That's more like it. You'd better behave yourself and keep a distance from men. Otherwise, I don't mind slaughtering the whole city for you. Before Lu Yin could reply, Xiao Fei turned off the video. Fuck, who the hell is he? He's a big psycho. Lu Yin was furious. Before those people opened their eyes, Lu Yin ran out. What's going on? Who want to see you? Walked up immediately. Just a psycho. Ignore him. While speaking, Lu Yin glanced around and was relieved to see that the sniper was gone. This restaurant is really strange. I'll get President Su to deal with him later. I'll take you to another hot pot restaurant. No thanks. Can you send me back to South Hill Manor? I'm a little tired and want to take a nap. But you haven't eaten yet. Aren't you hungry? Not hungry, not hungry. Just sleepy. All right, I'll send you back. And didn't know why Lu Yin changed her mind so quickly. She said she didn't want to eat after a while. Moreover, he didn't smash the shop and went home obediently. After driving Lu Yin home, was still worried, so he drove to buy Lu Yin's favorite lotus leaf rice noodles and packed them for her. He handed it over to the security guards of South Hill Manor. Standing by the window upstairs, Lu Yin looked in who was carrying the lotus leaf powder and felt guilty. Don't fall in love with someone like me. People like me have no future. So you finished his work in the company. Seeing that was not back yet, he drove the company's Mercedes-Benz out. Inside a luxury jewelry store, hello, sir. How can I help you? I'd like to buy a pair of shoes, so you said. I'm sorry. We only have women's shoes here. The men's shoes are downstairs. The shop assistant smiled warmly. No, I want to buy women's shoes. I want to give them to someone. You want to give them to your girlfriend, right? What kind of shoes do you want? Come in and take a look. Then I'll introduce them to you. Hearing that he wanted to give them to someone, the shop assistant became enthusiastic again. Suyu walked in shyly and looked at the dazzling collection of women's shoes on the shoe cabinet. Chapter 34:14. I want to buy the flat-soled ones. They're comfortable to wear. Are you pregnant? The saleswoman was also very nosy. Pregnant women wear them. Suyu thought about it and decided to tell the truth. Then I'll take this one. This is our new autumn collection. The climate in the north changes very quickly. The weather will turn cold soon, so you can't wear sandals anymore. This kind of calfskin flat-soled shoes are the most popular. The soles are very soft. Can you touch them? The saleswoman picked up the shoes and showed them to Suyu. He had never bought shoes for a woman before, so he didn't know much about them. However, the soles were indeed very soft. That day, he saw Huamin come to his house in the morning. She was wearing a pair of very ordinary black flat-soled shoes, but it was obvious that the shoes were already too small. After Huamin became pregnant, she probably walked a lot, so her feet often became swollen. Therefore, the original size no longer fit her feet. So you thought about buying a pair of flat-soled shoes for her. They're quite soft. What colors do they come in? This one comes in 3 colors, black, white, and pink. Then give me a pair of each. You want all 3 pairs? The saleswoman was shocked. Yes, wrap them up. Sir, because this is a new design, there is no discount. The unit price for one pair is 8,600 yuan. If you add up all 3 pairs, it will be 25,800 yuan. I'll give you 30,000 yuan. The rest is a tip. So you had always been generous. He was in a good mood to buy shoes that he liked. Can you pay for them for me? Of course, sir. Please wait a moment. The saleswoman was overjoyed. After selling luxury goods here for a long time, she realized that some rich people were actually very stingy. They were also very calculative when it came to buying things. There weren't many people who bought 3 pairs at once, and they even gave a few thousand yuan as tips. When Suyu came out with the 3 pairs of shoes, he sent a WeChat message to Huamin. Are you at the hospital? Yes. Then I'll look for you in a while. Okay. Huamin had always been concise with her words. She rarely chatted with Suyu when she had nothing to do. The relationship between the two of them was already delicate enough. Southside Sanatorium, Suyu happily carried his shoes to Huamin's office. To his surprise, he found Qinshu there. Oh, you're here too? Suyu greeted him awkwardly. Yes. What's the occasion today? Why are both President Qin and President Su here? Are you here for a physical examination? I'll give you a 20% discount. Huamin joked. Don't mess around. I'm in good health. What's there to check up on? Suyu laughed. At this time, Suyu noticed that Huamin was wearing new shoes. They were brown and had a simple design, but it was obvious that they were expensive. Did you change into new shoes? Suyu asked. Yes. Mr. Qin gave them to me. He said that my feet have grown bigger and my old shoes were too small. So he bought me 8 pairs. As he spoke, Huamin pointed behind him. Suyu saw a small mountain of shoe boxes. These 8 pairs are for you to change into at the hospital. There are still 10 pairs at home, Qin Shu said. Oh my God, are you crazy? Honey, why did you buy so many? Huamin exclaimed. Wear them. I also bought 10 pairs for the baby. Huh? How can you buy shoes before the baby is born? Huamin laughed. I saw them and bought them all. They're all from the same brand. It's no trouble at all. Qin Shu sat on the sofa and said to Huamin as he browsed the financial news. Seeing the two of them being so lovey-dovey, Suyu suddenly felt that he came a bad time. Hey, why are you looking for me? Nothing. I'm here to see my mom and see you. Auntie Sue is still at work. No. Suyu nodded guiltily. What are you holding in your hand? Did you go shopping? Huamin noticed that Suyu was also holding something that looked like a shoebox. Chapter 34:15. Bought a few pairs of shoes, Suyu stammered. This is a women's shoe brand, right? Qin Shu put away his cell phone and glanced at the shoes in Suyu's hand. Oh, I bought them for my mom, Suyu said. Huh, what's the occasion today? Why did you all buy shoes? Luckily, they're for Annie. Otherwise, you can't buy shoes for Zheng Ro, Huamin instructed. Why not? Don't you know? There's a legend that says it's not good for a boyfriend to buy shoes for his girlfriend because the shoes will fly. They're not butterflies. How can they fly? Do you still believe in this old superstition? By the way, did Yin cause you trouble this morning? No. Luyin is cute. Suyu scratched his head. Come on. You're too hypocritical. Aryan isn't cute. She's hot-tempered. Huamin chuckled. She's okay. And keeps her company, and I don't have much contact with her. I don't think she's hot-tempered. Let's have dinner together when you're free. Bring your girlfriend. Qin Shu stood up and said. Okay. Let's have dinner together. You guys talk. I'll go now. Suyu turned around and left the office. He didn't give his shoes he bought for Huamin. Her husband had bought them for her. What was he doing? Was he asking for trouble? Suyu regretted it. Qin Shu loved Huamin so much that he didn't have to worry about such trivial things. Then he took the shoes to his mother's office. Lady Sue's life had been much more fulfilling since she started working. She worked diligently and had lunch with Huamin at the hospital when she was free. Mom, why are you here? Lady Sue was happy to see her son. She immediately stood up and walked over. I was passing by the hospital and came to see you. Are you here to see me? Lady Sue seemed to know her son well. Aya, you old lady, don't think too much. All right, I bought you some shoes. After saying that, Suyu handed over the shoes. Buy shoes for me? Lady Sue was baffled. It wasn't a holiday, nor was it her birthday. Why would he buy shoes? When she opened it, Lady Sue understood the design. You didn't buy this for me, right? You don't need to know who I bought it for. Anyway, I'm letting you wear it now. Suyu sat on the sofa in the office and opened a bottle of mineral water. Do you know what size I wear? Isn't it 37? Suyu was stunned. 37 is Mion's shoe size. Mom's shoe size is 38. It's okay. It will loosen after a while, Suyu said casually. What the hell is going on? Why didn't you give the shoes to Mion? Lady Sue felt that her son and Huamin were just friends, so it was normal for him to buy shoes. Why did he give it to her? Did Mion not want it? Lady Sue felt sorry for her son. No, I didn't give it to her. Look at you. Why didn't you give it to her? If you're embarrassed, I'll give it to her. Then Lady Sue took the shoe box and was about to leave. Mom, I just went. Qin Shu is inside. Qin Shu is there. You're not having an affair with Mion. It's not a big deal. She's pregnant. What's wrong with you caring about her? No. Qin Shu already bought shoes for Mion, and he bought a lot of pairs. I didn't give it to her, Suyu said awkwardly. Seeing her son like this, Mrs. Sue's heart ached. Silly son? My silly son. Mom, it's okay. Wear it. If you don't, I'll give it to someone else. Then, Suyu stood up and was about to leave. You, take it back and give it to Zheng. She should be able to wear it and appreciate your kindness, lady, Su suddenly said. Suyu stopped in his tracks. Chapter 34:16. I don't think it's a good idea. It's not for her anyway. What's wrong with it? If you and I don't tell anyone, no one will know. Just take it. Lady Su hoped her son would take the initiative to follow Zheng. What if he had a chance with Zheng? Bracing himself, Suyu took the 3 pairs of shoes back. When he went back, and was also back, Zheng was watching TV in the living room. You're back. Zheng looked back at Suyu. Yeah. Suyu's expression was unnatural. Wow, you went shopping and bought a lot of things. Seeing Suyu carrying bags of various sizes, Zheng half joked. Oh, this is for you. Suyu handed her 3 pairs of shoes awkwardly. For me? Zheng was pleasantly surprised. Taking the box, she knew it was a pair of expensive shoes from an Italian luxury brand. But the moment she opened the box, she picked up the soles and glanced at the size. Then she understood everything. Well, I was going to give it to someone, but didn't. If you don't mind, you can wear it. Suyu never liked to lie. So, he told Zheng about the situation, but didn't say it was for her. Oh, thank you. I like it very much. Seeing Suyu being so honest, Zheng didn't hesitate anymore. Happy, she took out the 3 pairs of shoes and tried them on one by one. Suyu, which color do you think looks good on me? Zheng asked happily. Anything is fine. Suyu didn't know how to choose women's things, so he couldn't tell what the color was. Damn it, you're just brushing me off. Forget it. I'll go ask, and then Zheng happily ran out with the shoes to find who was washing the car outside. Suyu touched his nose, feeling it wasn't right to do this. At this moment, his phone rang. It was an unfamiliar number. It didn't look like a domestic number. Hello, President Su, it's me. It was Xuan's voice. Ah. Suyu heard her voice and didn't know what to say for a moment. How have you been? Pretty good. How about you? That's good too. What followed was a 30-second silence, as if they couldn't find a topic to talk about. In fact, Xian was a good person. She was kind, gentle, beautiful, hard-working, and good at acting. In the entertainment industry, he could be considered a breath of fresh air. However, with Suyu's fiery temper, finding such a girl seemed to be very difficult. He still liked Huamin, whom he had first met at Southside. It was the Huamin who argued with him all day long. Therefore, when he chatted with a gentle person like Xian, it was always awkward. Are you used to living in America? Are you used to the food? So you try to find a topic to talk about. It's pretty good. Most importantly, I can see Cece. She often flies over to visit me. That's good. And study hard there. The company is waiting for you to come back. Suyu. This time, Xian called Suyu, not President Su. Yeah, I miss you very much. Perhaps because Xian was on the other side of the ocean and holding a phone, she was much bolder than before. She directly told Suyu that she missed him. Suyu was very embarrassed. Take good care of yourself over there. Guns are legal in that country, and every house has one. Sometimes the security is worrying. You go out with bodyguards and your agent. If you don't have enough money, tell me. I'll ask the company to give you money. Suyu obviously changed the topic. Suyu, have you ever thought of me? Even a little? Xian didn't give up and brought the topic back again. Chapter 34:17. Suyu was conflicted. If he said he wanted to, he really couldn't remember. If he said he didn't want to, it would be too heartless for her to call him all the way across the ocean. However, hearing Suyu's hesitation, Xian basically understood the situation. I understand. Then I'll leave you to it. Sorry to disturb you. Slightly disappointed, Xian hung up the phone. In less than a minute, the phone rang again. Suyu picked it up, thinking it was Xian again. He said directly, I think you're doing well now. Let bygones be bygones. What the hell are you talking about? Lord Su, are you flirting with girls again? Do you want to dump them? Tang Chuan's voice sounded. Suyu immediately cursed when he realized something was wrong. Damn, why don't you call with your own phone? That's expensive. I'm using the landline of my wife's company. How did Qi Ning raise you? Su scolded angrily. My Ning said that even if you want to live off a woman, you have to look at the face. Lord Su, you're not qualified. Get lost. The two of them bickered for a while. At the company or at home. You make it sound like I have nowhere else to go except for the company and home. Su laughed. What else? Or South Side? Do you want to die? Seeing Tang Chuan teasing him, Su was both angry and amused. Okay, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going back. Hurry up and prepare a welcome dinner. Go to hell. You come and go to the States so many times a day. If I don't prepare a welcome dinner for you every time, I'll go bankrupt. No. Our Lord Su is a godly rich man. How can he go bankrupt? When are you coming back? So you seem to be in a good mood while chatting with Tang Chuan. Holding his phone, you lay down on the sofa. I'm flying tomorrow night. So soon. Why? Did you miss me? I missed you so much. Su said. All right, since you miss me so much, I'll settle down here for good this time. I won't go to America anymore. Where is Qi Ning? Of course my wife is with me. She's not going either. What about your father-in-law? Su was curious. My father-in-law is still worried about the company, and he is still young. He wants to continue working there for a few more years. When he retires in a few years, he will find a professional manager. Anyway, no one is willing to take over. My brother-in-law, Qin Shu, is also unwilling to take over. They're all busy with their own things. How can they have the time to care about other things? It's good that they're back. What do you mean? Are they back to get married? So you could tell that something was amiss. When I go back, help me plan a proposal. Ningning doesn't know about it yet. As long as she agrees, we can get married immediately. So fast. Su is a little surprised. Even I think it's too slow. I want to get married right now. Are you two going to get on the bus first and then buy tickets later? Is Qi Ning pregnant? Su wondered if something good had happened since they were in such a hurry. Nonsense. No, Ningning is still young. We're not in a hurry to have a baby. Okay, when you come back, we'll work on the proposal. Right. I heard my sister-in-law's younger sister came back. Was it fun? No, Su answered directly. I saw Pudding and Little Bean video chatting with my wife. They kept talking about their auntie. My wife was a little jealous. You'll know when you come back. Su didn't dare to comment too much about Lu Yan. At South Hill Manor, Huamin felt sleepy after sitting in the living room with her family for a while. She got up and walked to her bedroom. At this time, her WeChat beeped. She opened it and saw it was a reminder from her classmates who tagged Huamin. Is Huamin there? If so, please answer. It's urgent. Chapter 34:18. I'm here. What's up? After meeting her classmates a few times, Huamin didn't want to hang out with them anymore. Her classmates' gatherings had changed. They were no longer as simple as they used to be. Other than being especially close to Zhu Lingling, she only hung out with Wei Dong occasionally. Wei Dong remembered that Huamin had helped him before and knew that she didn't need money now. Therefore, he often went to the countryside and brought back local specialties for Huamin's family. Wei Dong's mother would personally buy wool and knit scarves for the twins to express her gratitude. People who knew how to be grateful had a trace of kindness in their hearts. Huamin felt that although Wei Dong was a little naughty, he wasn't a bad person at heart. Qin Shu didn't comment on this matter. He didn't agree or disagree and gave Huamin absolute space to deal with her own matters. Wow, Goddess Hua, you're here. You actually replied within seconds. Han Su was a little surprised. Yeah, I'm usually here at night. Goddess Hua, I'm getting married this weekend. Can you come? Getting married? That's a good thing. Congratulations, Huamin said politely. Goddess Hua, we're classmates. You have to come. Previously, some of my classmates said that Huamin doesn't want to hang out with us now that she's married into a rich family. I didn't want to hear that. Goddess Hua has always been so approachable. How can that be, right? Han Su's words meant that he was forcing Huamin to go. This was one of the things that Huamin hated the most about him. He was hypocritical, scheming, and especially good at spreading rumors. To put it bluntly, Han Su was actually a despicable person. It was normal for him to inform everyone about his wedding. However, he should have just called. Why did he have to announce it in the group in front of so many people? He wanted to make it so that Huamin couldn't refuse. Huamin had already left the group once. However, Han-su insisted on adding Huamin back, saying that they were classmates. Usually, Huamin would block this group. Today, he had directly Huamin. It was obvious that he had a motive. Sure, I'll definitely go. Huamin replied with a cold smile. That's great, Goddess Hua. Don't forget to bring gifts. With your current status, you'll definitely bring something good. Haha, let poor people like us bask in your glory. Han-su was so utilitarian that he directly asked Huamin for a gift. Now that he had made it public, Huamin would not be able to give him a cheap gift even if he wanted to. Besides, couldn't they just give him money? Why do they need a gift? The reason was as follows. After Han-su finished speaking, another male classmate who had a good relationship with Han-su interrupted and sent a message in the WeChat group. Maybe you guys don't know, but our class rep Han's wife is the daughter of Deputy Director Wang of the local tax bureau. The wedding will be held at the Athena Hotel, and there will be 100 tables. Also, they don't accept cash gifts, only gold. Don't embarrass yourselves. Upon hearing that they would accept gold, everyone began to mutter in their hearts, however. No one said anything in the group. After all, it was a public occasion. Just as everyone was about to awkwardly say something, Zhu Lingling suddenly came online and said, Han-su, you found yourself a good father-in-law. What are you going to marry into the family? Are you going to be a live-in son-in-law? You're the only son in your family. What about your parents? Zhu Lingling's shameless mockery of Han-su made everyone secretly happy. Even Huamin wanted to secretly cheer for Zhu Lingling. Hee, Lingling, you're so funny. Han-su's expression was extremely ugly, but he didn't dare to offend Zhu Lingling because he knew that her husband was the director of the Municipal Public Security Bureau. He couldn't afford to offend her. Goddess Hua, Goddess Lingling, you must do me the honor of coming. Han-su emphasized that they should come. Chapter 34:19. We'll be there. Don't worry. Zhu Lingling took the lead in cheering them on. Some of the other students who were close to Han-su also chimed in. Wei Dong, who had been very active, didn't say anything. Finally, Huamin was about to turn off his cell phone when he received a private message from Wei Dong. Mian, don't go. Han-su is a bastard. Hee. Huamin chuckled. He asked for a gift from you. Gold? He's so shameless. He did it on purpose. I know. Don't go. I won't go. None of us should go. Does he think he's so great just because he married the director's daughter? Wei Dong cursed. But I'm curious. Didn't Han-su have a girlfriend who lived with him for years? She's from this city. Of course. That woman had abortions for him several times. Now that he's hooked up with a rich girl, he dumped her. That's disgusting. Huamin rarely spoke ill of others behind their backs, but Han-su's behavior made Huamin feel bad. After chatting with Wei Dong for a while, Huamin turned off his cell phone and went upstairs. After she got pregnant, Mr. Qin didn't let her use her cell phone anymore. He was being too careful about the radiation. Today, Lu Yin seemed to have thought it through. She didn't want to share a bed with Huamin and went to the twins' room to join them. Mr. Qin was so grateful that he sent Lu Yin away. Finally, he could share a bed with his wife. Midnight, the husband and wife were chatting on the bed. Honey, yeah, did you embarrass Suyu in my office today? Qin Chu didn't say anything. You're too petty. Look at you. Huamin joked and pinched Qin Chu's face affectionately. Suyu, it's obvious she bought the shoes for you. That's because he has good intentions. It's normal for me to be jealous. I thought you didn't like to be jealous? Huamin smiled. There has to be a limit. My wife is pregnant now. Why should he buy shoes? I was just reminding him. Shouldn't he? Yes, you're right. In Huamin's eyes, Qin Chu's occasional stubbornness was especially cute. Sometimes, she felt bad for Qin Chu because he was too sensible and too patient. It was said that only children who knew how to cry would get candy. All these years, only Huamin understood what Qin Chu had done in silence. Therefore, she loved her husband from the bottom of her heart. Huamin hugged Qin Chu's neck tightly like a koala bear. Hubby, who do you think saved Huasiqian? I've been looking into it. So has Lu Yin. Qin Chu placed his hand on Huamin's belly his eyes full of love. It's strange. How could such a big person be taken away so coincidentally? I feel like I'm releasing a tiger back into the mountains. Huamin murmured to herself. Of course, Huasiqian is fine, but if it's Jack, it's not a wise decision to let him go. But there's nothing we can do about it. Even someone as powerful as Yin couldn't stop him. That shows how powerful the enemy is. Yes, we only live in a small part of the world. There are many things outside of our lives that we don't know. Do you know how special your father's identity is? I know. Although I don't know what Dad has been researching all these years, it seems to be something that many people with bad intentions want to get their hands on. Not only Ian and the others, but also many other underground forces. Otherwise, Yin and Dad wouldn't have been hunted down for so many years. What kind of thing do you think it is? Qin Shu patted Huamin's head dotingly. He liked to see his wife's intelligent analysis. She was so serious and beautiful. Chapter 3420. Well, I don't know. I can't imagine it. But could it be a biochemical weapon? Huamin laughed. Do you think we're watching a movie? Biochemical? Honey, you're really imaginative. Qin Shu also laughed. Right. I almost forgot to tell you that I left the group before. Later, I was dragged back by Han Su, and I haven't said anything since. You know, our classmates are no longer the same as before. They're not as good as Gao Rant's class. So what are they up to this time? Han Su said he's getting married this weekend. He hasn't gotten married yet? Qin Shu didn't have much contact with Han Su. It could be said that in their class, Qin Shu only remembered Zhu Lingling other than Huamin. No. Oh, if it's a wedding, then go. He went through so much trouble to drag you back to the group. Isn't it because he wants to receive gifts? Yes, but it's a little different this time. He said he won't accept gifts, but only gold. Ah, shame on him. Qin Shu rarely laughed at others, but what Han Su did this time really made him look down on him. I heard that it's the request of my father-in-law. He's the deputy director of the local taxation bureau, right? Lingling gossiped about it. A small local taxation bureau dares to accept gifts so blatantly. Isn't he afraid of making a big deal out of it? Maybe he's confident. Huamin didn't think so. If you want to go, then go. It's just a small matter. Well, after what he said in the group today, I can't not go. Then I'll go. What about you, honey? Do you want to go with me? Forget it. Every time we go to that group of mobs, something will happen. I'm not going. There's a lot of work in the company. You go, but don't go alone. I know. I'll go with Lingling. No, I mean you have to take the bodyguards with you. Qin Shu was now always worried about Hua Min's safety. I know. But if little Yin is willing to go with me, it's fine if we don't bring any bodyguards. Haha. Otherwise, people will think that I'm an important leader. It's really strange to have bodyguards everywhere I go. People will think that I'm a freak. Who said so? Those celebrities all have bodyguards. But I'm not a celebrity. Huamin tilted his head and smiled. You are a superstar in my heart. Qin Shu placed Hua Min's chubby little hand on his chest. Huamin was a little embarrassed. Io, that's so mushy. There's no one else here, so why are you showing off your love? Can I eat it myself? Qin Shu hugged Huamin and smiled gently. Qin Shu loved these peaceful and warm days the most. Perhaps it was because they had been apart for too long, but now he felt that every minute and second he spent with Huamin was beautiful. Honey, you've been sleeping better lately. Have you noticed? Yes. So, Dr. Hua, what kind of elixir did you give me? It's nothing much. It's just a small formula that I came up with. Later, I felt that it wasn't perfect enough, so I asked him to call my father and ask him about it. My father is indeed a medical genius. He's so smart that I've never heard of or seen any of the herbs that he mentioned before. That's why I said you're amazing. I'm relieved that you're sleeping better. I was just worried that you wouldn't be able to sleep well. Then, Huamin reached out his hand and gently stroked Qin Shu's handsome face. In the twins' room, Lu Yin was huddled with her two nieces. The twins were overjoyed. Annie, why didn't you save me when Mommy scolded me today? Little Bean pouted. Chapter 34:21. You're innocent. My little princess, I've been helping you, but your mommy is too fierce and won't let me interrupt. Then don't interrupt. How can I help you if I don't interrupt? You can call for reinforcements, for example. Lu Yin looked at Little Bean curiously. Handsome Sue can't do it. He's as important to my mommy as we are. My mommy won't show him any respect since she thinks he's spoiling us. So, should I call your daddy? Lu Yin chuckled. It's no use. My daddy is enchanted by my mommy's beauty and favors his wife. He won't help us. Then who can help us? You can ask Annie Lingling and Annie Xiaowei. Their words carry weight in front of mommy, Little Bean suggested. Why don't you just tell me you want Galbui Yuan to protect you? Pudding looked at her sister. Oh, so you're looking for your boyfriend. Lu Yin teased Little Bean. What boyfriend? Auntie, don't talk nonsense. Galbui Yuan isn't my boyfriend yet. I just put him on the list of candidates and need to observe him. You're so young, but you know how to cultivate a backup. You're amazing, Little Bean. Annie, have you ever thought of liking anyone other than Uncle Qiao? Little Bean began to gossip. Ahem. Who says I like Xiao Fei? I don't like him. He's shameless enough to like me. Lu Yin refused to admit it. Humph. You're just like my auntie. You slept with Uncle Tang, but still say you don't like him. You adults are so hypocritical. Lu Yin, Auntie, ignore her. She's a gossipy woman. Come on, can you help me check this stock? Pudding sat down beside Lu Yin with a tablet. Humph, you're annoying. I'll video call Buiyuan. Little Bean turned around and began to play on her cell phone. In Su Yu's private mansion, Su Yu and were enjoying the cool air by the swimming pool, while Zheng Ro was lying on the couch in the living room with a mask on her face. They didn't interfere with each other. It seemed they were used to this three-person relationship. President Su, is Miss Zheng going to stay here forever? It's up to her. If she wants to stay, she'll stay. If she doesn't, she'll leave. No matter how I see it, she doesn't want to leave at all, especially after you gave her so many pairs of shoes today. Ahem, isn't giving her shoes so that she can run away? Su Yu asked as he recalled the legend that Huamin had told him. All right, you win. Shaoan admired his boss's crooked thoughts. President Su, can I ask you a question? Speak. Tell me, how does it feel to truly fall in love with someone? And looked at Su Yu curiously. Bah, is this a topic that two men should talk about? Su Yu felt that Shaoan was acting weird today. It's just a casual question. You said that I was just discharged from the army and didn't have much experience in society. The girls I met were all nice, but revealed their true colors as soon as I got to know them. So, I guess I don't really like them. If I really like someone, would I want to see her every day? Yeah, it's true. I want to see her every day. So you suddenly thought of Huamin. Oh, so it's true, and murmured to himself. Huh, that's not right. And, tell me the truth, are you in love again? So you fell and have been acting mysteriously these days. Chapter 34:22. What do you mean by again? You make it sound like I've dated many times. Haven't you? So you rolled his eyes. You're right. At least I've dated many times more than you. So you didn't know how to refute. Not counting the girls he'd flirted with, he'd never dated anyone. His love for Huamin was one-sided, but both parties had to put their feelings into a relationship. So, strictly speaking, Su Yu had never dated anyone. Damn it. Don't change the topic. Tell me, who do you like this time? Boss, can we have a nice chat? Can you remove the word again? It sounds weird. Okay. Who do you like this time? Zheng Ro, right? Go after her. No. Let's not talk about our family background. Miss Zheng Ro isn't my type. Oh, I know. Su Yu smiled wickedly. Boss, your smile is so evil. Lu Yin, right? So you had guessed it and said Zheng Ro to tease and no. Don't think too much. I just think Lu Yin is a good person. How is she good? I really don't see any good points about her except that she likes to fight and scold people. Su Yu was afraid of Lu Yin and didn't dare to confront her directly. They were both hot-tempered and would put Huamian in a difficult position if they quarreled. So, Su Yu was avoiding Lu Yin. Who said so? She's a straightforward person, and immediately complained for Lu Yin. She's not straightforward. She's simple and violent. Right. It's better to be simple and violent. Girls nowadays like to be pretentious and scheming. But I think she's a good girl. At the mention of Lu Yin, and seemed to have a lot of topics to talk about and was very enthusiastic. Do you mean you've fallen for her? No, I just admire it. Hey, I admire it. I would never admit it. When you borrowed my car today, I knew you were being sneaky. You must be hiding something from me. Ha ha. So you fell in love with that girl? I didn't. How would I dare? She's Dr. Ho's sister. She's obviously a rich girl. I'm just a stupid bodyguard. How could I be good enough for her? And always felt inferior at times like this. His previous wish was to find an honest and reliable village girl to live with. Later, he discovered that the girls in the countryside were no longer innocent. Some of them were even more snobbish than the girls in the city. It was easy to get hundreds of thousands of cash gifts and then buy a house and a car in the city. Although he could afford all these, he always felt that the love he bought was not love anymore. He had thought that he wouldn't dare to have any designs on someone like Lu Yin, but the more he interacted with her, the more he found her interesting. Now, he wanted to see Lu Yin all the time. That was why he couldn't suppress his emotions and was seen through by Su Yu at a glance. Don't always call yourself a stupid bodyguard. You're awesome to be Su Yu's bodyguard, of course. This position is indeed very coveted. After all, I hang out with you every day. And chuckled. And if you really like her, go and confess. What if you succeed? That's impossible. I heard that Miss Lu Yin has a boyfriend who's abroad. A long-distance relationship is even more unstable. How would you know if you don't try? You're such a coward. To think that you used to be a soldier. Don't tell others that you're my bodyguard. Shame on you. Boss, stop fooling around. Answer me another question. Go ahead. So you open a can of beer and lean back. Tell me, under what circumstances would a young girl's hands be covered in calluses? Chapter 34:23. She did a lot of farm work. When my grandpa was young, he went to the countryside and did some farm work. The kind of manual labor really hurts his hands. No, if she's a rich girl, she doesn't need to work at all. Then there's only one possibility. She plays with guns, so you said casually. Yeah, that's what I think. Are you talking about Lu Yin? So you thought and wouldn't ask this for no reason. Yes, guns are legal in the United States. Every family has a gun. It's nothing strange. She can get a gun just like we can get a driver's license. So you didn't think much of it? No, I have a feeling that Miss Lu Yan's identity isn't that simple. And wasn't an idiot. After spending 2 days with Lu Yin, he couldn't see anything special about her. However, with Lu Yan's clean and vicious moves and her hands that played with guns all year round, his intuition told him that this woman wasn't simple. But she was only in her early 20s. How complicated could she be? Why do you care about her identity? If I like someone, I'll like her even if she's a demoness isolated by the whole world. If I don't like her, it's useless even if she's an angel loved by everyone. Su Yu threw out his theory. You're right, and seemed to enjoy Su Yu's words. He opened a can of beer and drank it. Then he stopped asking questions. He liked Lu Yin for sure. He couldn't doubt his own heart anymore. But he and Lu Yin, he didn't dare to think about it. With how fast Lu Yin spent money, and didn't even dare to think about how much money this woman had. South Hill Manor. Late at night, seeing the 2 kids fall asleep, Lu Yin tossed and turned, unable to fall asleep. She got up, put on her clothes, and prepared to drive out for some fresh air. However, when she reached the stairs on the 2nd floor, Huang Min stopped her. It's so late. Where are you going? Sis, you're still awake? No. After I got pregnant, I didn't sleep as much. The baby keeps moving, Huang Min said in a low voice. Haha, it seems my little nephew is a naughty boy. Don't change the topic. Tell me, where are you going? I can't sleep, so I plan to go for a drive. No. Why? Because Dad called me and told me to keep an eye on you. He said that you always like to fight, Huang Min said. Sis, I'm not a troublemaker. Usually, I won't attack unless I'm attacked, Lu Yin promised. Don't talk nonsense. You're a pretty little girl going out in the middle of the night. How could people not offend you? The public security in the city is good, but there are a lot of rich second generations who love to cause trouble and some hooligans who have evil intentions. If you want to go out during the day. Oh my God, sis, I'm really drunk with your way of thinking. Let's not talk about China. Even in Europe, I go out drinking in the middle of the night. That's why you always fight and even kill people, right? Huamin looked at Lu Yin. Lu Yin licked her lips and remained silent. Yin, killing too many people will make you sinful. You're still young. I don't want you to live the rest of your life with blood on your hands. Sis, killing people is just like you saving people. It's my job. It's been like this all these years. I won't change my mind because of your words. Don't try to persuade me. Okay? If I could do it all over again and have a choice, I really want to be you and live the life you're living now. Huamin looked at Lu Yin with heartache. If I could do it all over again and have a choice, I want to be me. That way, you can live a peaceful and happy life. Lu Yin's words made Huamin burst into tears. Sis, don't cry. Pregnant women can't cry. Lu Yin reached out her hand and wiped away Huamin's tears. Yin, let's go. I'll go out for supper with you. Go and get my R8. The key is in the box by the garage door. Huh? Lu Yin was dumbfounded. She didn't expect her sister to go out with her. Chapter 34:24. What are you talking about? Hurry up and go. But you... Lu Yin was dumbfounded. I'm fine. You'll protect me, right? Huamin chuckled. Without giving Lu Yin a chance, he pushed her out. Huamin didn't want Lu Yin to go out in the middle of the night, even though he knew she was good at fighting and wouldn't be hurt. But it wasn't good for Lu Yin to fight all the time. But looking at her pitiful face, Huamin felt bad for his sister and couldn't bear to see her like this. So, he decided to go out with Lu Yin. In the middle of the night, the sisters drove away. No one in the family knew except for Qin Chu. No matter how good Huamin's prescription was, Qin Chu was still a light sleeper. Especially when Huamin got up, he woke up. Boss, what are your orders? Follow a young lady and protect them. Yes. Qin Chu knew Lu Yin was good at fighting, but to be sure, he ordered his subordinates to follow Lu Yin. Lu Yin, who was driving, obviously knew the car behind them was to protect them, but she smiled and didn't say anything. The sisters drove out in the middle of the night and were indeed a bit willful. Sis, what do you want to eat? Anything is fine. I'm not picky. Just don't say Axian's ramen. I really don't like it. Lu Yin told the truth. Haha, I'm tired of it, but your brother-in-law and I like it. I know. Can you stop torturing us all the time? Lu Yin tapped her fingers on the steering wheel and laughed. Finally, the sisters came to an agreement and parked the car in front of a wonton restaurant. It was already past midnight, and there were almost no pedestrians on the road. The population in the north was small, and the winter was very cold, so some of the older people moved south to warm places to enjoy the rest of their lives. According to statistics, the total population of the 3 northern provinces combined was less than that of a southern province. It wasn't an exaggeration. Ladies, what would you like to eat? The owner was an old man. Uncle, all you have here are wontons, right? Yes. We also have noodles. Forget it. I'm sick of noodles. Give us 2 bowls of wontons. Give my sister a bowl of wonton stuffed with fresh shrimp. I'll have pork and cabbage. Okay, one moment. Lu Yin and Huamin found a clean table in the corner and sat down. You don't come out for supper this late, do you, sis? Yeah, I used to go out with my husband when I wasn't pregnant. But with my current situation, he's very strict with me. Huamian smiled happily. Sis, all these years, are you happy in that family? Does your foster mother treat you well? Lu Yin thought she could only talk about family matters when she was with her sister. Okay, although my mother has a bad temper, she has been really good to me all these years. She doesn't know that I'm not her biological daughter. I heard that her child was swapped. She doesn't know that her child is dead. Huamin nodded. When I found out about this, I was so excited. I suddenly felt like I had a sister in the world. It was a wonderful feeling. Silly girl. Huamin's eyes were full of love. Unfortunately, Dad didn't let me see you. He was afraid we'd bring you trouble. Now that the truth is out, you're in danger. But at least we can be reunited. Sis, do you know, I've imagined this scene countless times. The 2 of us sitting at a stall in the middle of the night, eating supper, and then gossiping just like any other sisters in a normal family. Yin, my dream was to study medicine and be a good doctor. Do you know what my biggest dream is now? Chapter 34:25. Lu Yin didn't say anything. She just looked at her sister quietly. Huamin said word by word, "My biggest dream now is for our family to be reunited and live happily together. You and Dad don't have to live a wandering life anymore." Sis, that's impossible. Once you've chosen some paths, you can't turn back. Lu Yin suddenly felt sad. I'll work hard. Although my efforts are insignificant, as my closest family in the world, I'll work hard to make you live a stable and happy life. Huamin held Lu Yan's hand and said with red eyes. No matter how rich and powerful her sister was, she still felt sorry for her and what she had gone through all these years. She didn't dare to imagine how Lu Yan, who was only a few years old, had to hide from enemies and assassinations by herself. Amidst the encirclement and the explosion, he had tried his best to survive. When someone was worried about what to eat today, they didn't know what to eat. And might have been hungry and hadn't eaten a full meal for days. When someone was worried about what to wear today, you might have worn the same clothes for days and couldn't change out of them. When someone couldn't fall asleep because of insomnia today, perhaps Xiao Yin hadn't dared to close her eyes or have a good night's sleep for several days. The simple life that ordinary people lived every day was out of Lu Yan's reach. Huamian knew that. However, as her sister, she couldn't save her. This made Huamin very sad. She had discussed this with Mr. Qin before. Mr. Qin was a rational person, but even he said that Lu Yan's path was hard to turn back. Sometimes, fate was just so unreasonable. Hey, sis, we're here to eat, not to be emotional. Okay, didn't you say you're the strongest? You're pregnant now, so you're really emotional. Don't cry. I don't want my little nephew to be born a crybaby. Lu Yan didn't dare to look into her sister's eyes and pretended that nothing was wrong. She picked up a tissue and wiped Huamin's tears, trying to stop this sad topic. At this moment, the old man walked over with 2 bowls of steaming wontons. Ladies, the wonton is ready. Eat it while it's hot. The soup is also very delicious. Okay, but uncle, is it made of gutter oil? Lu Yan teased. No. I have lived for so many years and have been making wontons for so many years. What I rely on is the reputation of my neighbors. If I use gutter oil, I can't even bear it. The old man seemed to be quite serious. Uncle, don't listen to my sister's nonsense. She's just joking. Huamin was both angry and amused. As long as Lu Yan was there, the atmosphere was hilarious. Of course, she was only funny to her loved ones. The 2 sisters ate hot wontons and drank a kind of sparkling water unique to this northern city. Lu Yan was very satisfied with this moment. Sis, let's go back after we finish eating. Aren't you having trouble sleeping? Shall I accompany you for a walk? There's no need. I'm quite sleepy too. I'm not going to shop. Lu Yan didn't want her sister to stay with her even though she was pregnant, so she decided not to be stubborn and left after eating. However, they didn't expect that when they were about to finish eating. A few uninvited guests came into the wonton shop. They were uninvited guests because as soon as they walked in, Lu Yan's intuition told her that they had strong murderous intent. The people who came in were all wearing black cloaks. They looked like vampires in the middle of the night. No normal person would dress like this. It wasn't like they were cosplaying. Hello, what would you like to eat? The old man was still treating them warmly. Same as them. The man who spoke was sitting not far from Lu Yan and Lu Yan. He lowered his head so low that they couldn't see his face clearly. Sis, let's go. Lu Yan tossed the unfinished chopsticks on the table and put 100 yuan on the table. Then, she grabbed Huamin's hand and was about to leave. Chapter 34:26. Yan, what's wrong? Huamin didn't feel any murderous intent, so he didn't think anything was wrong. Huamin was surprised that Lu Yan wanted to leave in a hurry before dinner. Sis, we have to go. It's dangerous. Lu Yan's voice was so low that only Huamin could hear it. Girls, are you done eating? The old man didn't understand what was going on and hurried over to check on them. Uncle, here's the money. Keep the change. We're full. Lu Yan smiled and pulled Huamin out of the room. However, someone stopped them at the door. Why are you leaving in such a hurry? Why didn't you say hello? The man said, Who the fuck are you? Do I know you? Lu Yin was exasperated and cursed at him. It doesn't matter if you don't know me. It's enough that you know our boss. I don't care who your boss is. If you mess with me, you'll die. Don't play games with me. Tell that bastard to come out. Let me see his cowardly face. Lu Yin held Huamin's wrist tightly, afraid that something would happen to her sister. Just then, a man walked in from the door. He was still wearing a black cloak, which made him look creepy in the night. When the man walked in, all the men in black in a room knelt down on one knee and put one hand on their chest. Lu Yin, it's been a while. The man spoke in perfect English. After he finished speaking, he slowly lifted the cloak on his head. Lu Yin's expression changed slightly when she saw his face. Nalo, it's been a while. Lu Yin smiled coldly. Hearing Lu Yin call him Nalo, Huamin's heart sank. Her memory was extraordinarily good. Even if she hadn't seen people or things, she would still remember them. Nalo was a man from the German mafia. He was the current head of the mafia family and Ian's twin brother. Huamin didn't know much about his temperament and had never heard anyone mention him. The only thing that left an impression on her was that this man and Huasiqian seemed to have some unspeakable secrets. Why are you in such a hurry to leave? Let's sit down and talk. Nalo still spoke in English, but his face was expressionless. Different from Ian, Huamin had met Ian in the hospital. She remembered that Ian, that pervert, often had a strange smile on his face. He was very cautious. Nalo, on the other hand, had no expression on his face, was emotionless. His looks were above average among foreigners, and he was a little like David Beckham. Perhaps it was because of his age, there was some scattered stubble around his chin. Talk my ass. I don't have time. Scram, or I'll start a massacre. Lu Yin was famous for her bad temper. Whenever she saw someone, she would start a fight. She rarely had the patience to chat with irrelevant people, especially her enemies. Maybe it was because of Ian, but Lu Yin didn't have a good impression of him. Maybe because she didn't feel satisfied after cursing him in English, Lu Yin cursed him in German. The men in black's expressions changed when they heard Lu Yin's words. Seeing their master being insulted, one of the men in black was about to pull out his gun when Nalo stopped him. I'm not here to fight with you, Nalo said calmly. Then are you here to date me? Lu Yin asked in fluent English. Chapter 34:27. Huamian couldn't get a word in on their conversation. He could understand English, but he couldn't understand German at all. Lu Yin had traveled all over the world since she was a child and knew many unpopular languages. He had to admit that she was talented in languages. His brain was like a translation machine. I have some questions for your sister. Nalo glanced at Huamin. Lu Yin immediately pulled her sister behind her. Tell me what you want. Don't involve my sister. I'm surprised that you care so much about someone. It's not easy. It was the first time Nalo saw panic in Lu Yin's eyes and knew how important the woman behind her was to Lu Yin. Yin, I'm fine. You don't have to protect me. Huamin had suffered many losses and didn't want to be a burden to others, so he always carried drugs and poisons to protect himself. He didn't want to be a burden to Lu Yin. Sis, it's okay. Don't be afraid. I'm here for you. Okay, I'm not afraid. Huamin held Lu Yin's hand. In the middle of the night, the sisters were surrounded by people in the wonton shop. Qin Chu's cell phone was connected to the bodyguards he sent out. At first, he was relieved when Huamin and Lu Yin went out to eat. He got up and went to the study to organize some files. But when the images disappeared, he felt something was wrong. He called his subordinates, but couldn't reach them. Without a word, Qin Chu took out a silver pistol from the drawer in the study. Then, he hurriedly ran downstairs and drove straight to the wonton shop. Lu Yin, if you were alone, you might have a chance to escape. But you're carrying a pregnant woman. How can you escape? Do you believe me? Do you think I can beat your sister into minced meat with a single move of my hand? Nalo said coldly. I also believe that if you dare to make a move, none of us will be able to leave here alive. You should know how much I love bombs. I carry many kinds of explosives with me. I've never been afraid of death. If you want to die together with me, then come at me. Lu Yin was rarely threatened. Even if she was, she would immediately retaliate. Boss, you don't have to believe this woman's words. She tricked Master Ian the last time. A Chinese man, reminded Nalo. He was the one who had just walked in and spoken Chinese. Unfortunately, the moment he said that, Lu Yin raised her hand and threw a sticky mini bomb at him. He placed it directly on that person's neck, just as he was about to reach out and touch it. With a bang, the miniature bomb exploded on his neck. His main artery burst and blood gushed out like a fountain. In an instant, the smell of blood filled the entire wonton shop. The old man was so scared that he fainted and lay on the ground. Huamin looked at the bloody scene and turned around, as if he wanted to retch. Seeing their comrade dead, they were all agitated and pointed their guns at Lu Yin. Shoot, it's not a bad idea to die together. I'm honored to have the big boss of the German Mafia die with me. There are 2 of us and a group of you. In terms of numbers, it's a win for us. Lu Yin looked at Nalo and smiled. Your temper hasn't changed at all, but I finally understand why my brother couldn't catch you all these years. Nalo admired this little girl. Her courage and boldness, as well as her decisiveness when she attacked just now, wasn't something an ordinary person could do. Cut the crap. Are you going to get out or not? I told you that if your sister answers 3 of my questions, I'll let you go. I won't kill you. Nalo seemed to have made up his mind. This time, Huamin understood Nalo's English. He thought for a moment and said, I'll answer your questions, but you must let my sister go first. Chapter 34:28. You don't have the leverage to negotiate with me. Nalo looked at Huamin calmly and rejected her request in fluent English. Sis, I won't leave. How can I leave you behind? Can you answer me now? Or are we all going to die here? Different from Ian, Nalo wasn't afraid of Lu Yan's death threat or the threat of dying together with her. I'll answer. Sis. Lu Yan had little contact with this man and didn't know what kind of person Nalo was. If he was like Ian, then he must be a big jerk who went back on his words and wasn't trustworthy. Yin, this is our only choice. But Nalo isn't trustworthy, Lu Yin said in a low voice. Then we have to buy time. Mr. Qin will come to save us, Huamin said confidently. Hearing this, Lu Yin fell silent. Huamin turned his head and looked at Nalo. Ask me. I'll only answer 3 of your questions, Huamin emphasized. Nalo smiled faintly. Where's Hua? You mean Huasiqian? Seeing Nalo only said the word, Huamin repeated all the names to confirm. Yes. Nalo nodded. I don't know where he is. Miss Hua, don't play tricks. Our people found he was secretly locked up in a prison in the suburbs. But when we went to break him out of the prison, he was gone. Lu Yin glanced at her sister and exchanged a look with her sister. She didn't want Huamin to tell others that the men in black had rescued Huasiqian. The sisters had a tacit understanding. Huamin understood and answered, A few days ago, my sister fought with him. He broke out of the prison and escaped after killing for many years. You're lying. If he escaped, he would have contacted me. I don't know who else he can turn to except for me. Nalo was angry. It seemed that Huamin's words did not make sense in theory. This is the 3rd question. Let me remind you. Huamin looked at Nalo. Then he continued, As for why I didn't look for you, I can only say that it might be because the one he ran away from was Jack, not Huasiqian, so Jack came out. Nalo seemed surprised as well. The evil side of him that Huasiqian had tried several times to control his brain with strong drugs to prevent from appearing had actually appeared. I'm not lying to you. That's what happened. I have another question, said Nalo. I'll only answer 3 of your questions, Huamin corrected. Ignoring Huamin's words, Nalo asked with a heavy heart, So, you're sure he's still alive, right? Nalo's men investigated for a long time before finding out that Huasiqian had been secretly locked up by Qin Chu. He had wanted to save him long ago, but he was delayed by Ian's matters. The 2 brothers didn't have a good relationship, but they weren't enemies. But this time, because of Huasiqian, Nalo seemed to have fallen out with his brother. He blamed Ian for forcing Huasiqian to hand over Huasiqian, which made him go to the extreme. Before Huamin could speak, a sports car screeched to a stop in front of the wonton shop. Nalo's men turned around alertly and aimed their guns at the person. The person was wearing a long black windbreaker and dashed over in the night. He rushed in and hugged Huamin. Honey, Smelling the familiar scent, Huamin felt relieved. Chapter 3429. Mr. Qin, you came at the right time. Nalo seemed to know Qin Shu. Mr. Nalo, you came uninvited and harassed my wife in the middle of the night. It's annoying. So, do you think you can take the two of them away by yourself? Do you think you're a superhero who's invincible? Nalo chuckled. How can I? How can I be unprepared to meet you, Mr. Nalo? At this moment, Qin Shu raised his hand slightly, and a red dot appeared on Nalo's head. It was obvious and dazzling. Seeing the red dot, Lu Yin smiled, impressed by her brother-in-law's ability. In such a short time, he had set up a sniper. Mr. Qin, what do you mean? If you move, I'll blow your head off, Qin Shu said casually. I just want to talk to your wife. I don't mean any harm, but my wife doesn't want to talk to you. I'm annoyed and angry that you're forcing me to do something against my will. Mr. Nalo, his subordinates didn't know what to do. But you know what? The sniper's position is fixed, and there are many blind spots in this store. As long as I quickly move to the side and hide in a corner, you won't be able to do anything to me. However, my subordinates will be able to instantly kill you. Is this really a wise move? It was Nalo's first contact with Qin Shu, and he found this man very interesting. He didn't know how Qin Shu played his cards, so he decided to test him to see who had the upper hand. If you're purely thinking that I came here alone, then you're wrong. Come, look outside. Qin Shu pointed at the door. Nalo's subordinates were alarmed. More than a dozen people surrounded the door with heavy weapons in their hands. 5 or 6 people walked out of the crowd toward Lu Yin. Boss, are you okay? What are you doing here? Why aren't you sleeping? Lu Yin gave them a dirty look. We got the news and came here. We're worried about boss. Don't worry. I'm fine. Lu Yin didn't think it was necessary to alert so many people. It could be solved in a few minutes. Mr. Qin, did you bring so many people to fight us? Are you sure your pregnant wife won't get hurt in the chaos? In the end, Nalo glanced at Hua Min's slightly bulging abdomen and found Qin Shu's weakness. Hua Min was a little angry that she had been treated as a weakness. She raised her head and looked at Qin Shu's beautiful face. Hubby, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Yin will protect me. Don't worry. Don't be instigated by him. Yes, I know. Qin Shu turned his head, lowered his head, and gently kissed Hua Min's slightly red lips. This kiss was very, very warm. In an instant, Hua Min felt warmth spread all over his body. Psycho, don't bullshit me. If you want to fight, hurry up. It's just blood. This is what I do almost every day. Who the fuck are you trying to scare? Lu Yin was angry because she was afraid her sister would get hurt. She dashed out and came up to Nalo, glaring at him. Nalo's subordinates were all frightened, not knowing what the woman was going to do. They raised their guns and pointed them at Lu Yin's head. The atmosphere was tense, as if the slightest sound would cause a world war. At this moment, Nalo's cell phone rang. Chapter 3430. Despite the tense atmosphere, Nalo still turned on his cell phone and picked up the strange video call. As soon as he opened it and saw the familiar scene, Nalo's expression changed. Daddy, save me. Save us. A little German boy, who looked to be only 5 or 6 years old, had his hands and feet tied and was crying and shouting in German. Beside him was the boy's mother. Her hands and feet were tied, and her mouth was sealed with tape. His family had been kidnapped. Yes, someone dared to kidnap Nalo's family. At this moment, Nalo's calm face changed. At this moment, the scene changed again. A silver-haired man was sitting on a bright red Russian-style chair, wearing a dark blue double-breasted military uniform and black military boots. He leaned back in the chair and played with a tiny black remote control in his hand. Xiao Fei. Nalo was surprised to see the man on the screen. Hello, Nalo. Long time no see. Xiao Fei looked up and smiled coldly. Yeah, it's been a long time. So, you harassed my wife as a gift for our first meeting? Xiao Fei asked. Hearing Xiao Fei's voice, Lu Yin felt a lump in her throat. Psycho Xiao, she murmured to herself. So, you kidnapped my family too? Nalo smiled creepily. Yeah, what do you think? You don't have much time left. My wife's new bomb is very interesting. It only lasts 60 seconds. Even the best bomb disposal experts in the world won't have time to remove it before it explodes into pieces. Your child is very cute. Although you gave birth to him through a surrogate, he's still your son. I heard you love him very much. Xiao Fei, I'm very angry at you for doing this. Nalo didn't expect that Xiao Fei, who was in Russia, would have men in Germany. Furthermore, they had captured his women and children under such tight security. He didn't care about the woman since she had never slept with him or been intimate with him. But the child was different. He was his only son, even though he came to this world through a surrogate. Although he was born through a surrogate, he had built a deep father-son relationship with him in the past 5 or 6 years. So, I don't have a choice, right? Nalo inhaled deeply and said slowly, Buddy, you have 25 seconds left. Xiao Fei kept playing with the small remote control and then looked at his watch. Daddy, I don't want to die, save me. The little boy seemed to know what he was about to face. He cried and begged Nalo. Okay, I agree to let him go. In the end, Nalo raised his hands and compromised. But to be honest, even if Xiao Fei didn't intervene, he didn't plan to kill Lu Yin and Huamin. He had indeed only come here to seek the whereabouts of Hua Xiqian. However, Qin Shu and Xiao Fei seemed to be very desperate to protect their women. Then why don't you tell your men to put down their guns and scram? If you scare my wife, my hand might tremble and the bomb might go off in less than 20 seconds. Drop the gun. Let's go, Nalo said. Lord Nalo. His subordinates seemed to be unwilling to give up. All of you, shut up and retreat. After Nalo finished speaking, he took the lead and led the others out. Xiao Fei smiled as he watched them walk out of the door. Xiao Fei, let my son go. Yes, Nalo only cared about the child. After you leave Sea City, I'll let him go. Don't play any tricks, or the bomb might go off at any moment. Then Xiao Fei cut off the video. With a grim face, Nalo got into the car and left the wonton shop with his subordinates. Were you scared? Qin Shu held Huamin in his arms and asked with concern. Chapter 34-31. No, it's not a big deal. Huh? Sis, you're bragging again. How dare you criticize me? If someone hadn't insisted on coming out in the middle of the night, it wouldn't have happened. With a chuckle, Huamin pointed at Lu Yin. Damn it, this shitstir ruined a good meal. I'm not happy. Brother-in-law, I'm still hungry. Can you treat us to shrimp dumplings? Okay, let's go. Qin Shu didn't blame Lu Yin because he knew even if Lu Yin hadn't gone out tonight, Nalo would have come to find them. The three of them went to a Hong Kong restaurant for supper. The person who called Nalo was Xiao Fei, right? Huamin asked. Yeah, I think he kidnapped Nalo's son, Qin Shu said. Son? Isn't that guy gay? Huamin was puzzled. Sis, that crazy Nalo is bisexual. His preferences are complicated, just like his psycho brother. Xiao Fei must have caught the child he gave birth to through a test tube with a surrogate mother. It's said that he dotes on the child very much. It's rare that Xiao Fei would use this trick. He's so smart. Lu Yin chuckled. Look at how happy you are when you talk about Xiao Fei. Don't talk nonsense. Sis, I'm in a cold war with him. Maybe he did it to appease me. After all, if I die, he'll be single forever. You're confident. Qin Shu glanced at Lu Yin indifferently. Of course I'm confident. I'm a naturally beautiful and adorable girl. Who wouldn't like me? Lu Yin said narcissistically. Right? You're indeed adorable. Hurry up and eat. Looking at his sister's naughty face, Huamin felt helpless and put a shrimp dumpling into her bowl. Did Nalo only ask about Hua Xiqian? Nothing else? Qin Shu looked at Huamin. No, he seems to be very concerned about Hua Xiqian. Of course. They're old lovers. They're gay and disgusting. Lu Yin didn't have a good impression of Ian and Nalo. Therefore, the moment he spoke, it was all profanities. They really do. Huamin was too embarrassed to ask. Qin Shu didn't answer the question. He just reached out and touched Huamin's face. Don't worry. I won't let them hurt you. I'm fine, hubby. I'm not so cowardly now that I'm at the mercy of others. Huimin stuck out her tongue. After supper, the three of them returned to South Hill Manor to rest. Liu Yin didn't get up in the morning and slept until 10 a.m. When he woke up, there was no one at home. The twins went to school, Huimin went to work, and Qin Shu went to the company. Even Huimin's in-laws invited their old friends out for a party. In her nightgown, Liu Yin walked downstairs in a daze. "Miss Yin, do you want breakfast? I prepared it for you." Uncle Li, the butler of South Hill Manor, asked kindly. No, I don't have an appetite. Am I alone at home?" "Yes." A young lady said that if you feel bored after waking up, you could go to South Side and have lunch with her. "Okay, I got it. You guys go do your work. Don't mind me." In a daze, Liu Yin went back to her bedroom to brush her teeth and wash her face. She picked up her cell phone and was about to play a game when she saw the strange scenes in her WeChat moments. There were only 3 people on her WeChat: Pudding, Little Bean, and Huimin. However, she was still deeply abused. Pudding posted a picture of an exquisite handmade music box. It was very beautiful. She only added one sentence: "Happy Chinese Valentine's Day." Little Bean's picture was more exaggerated. She added a picture of a black swan cake and a big teddy bear. It was super cute. What was even sadder was that she even posted a photo of her and Gao Boyuan. It said, "Gao Xinson's cake really whetted my appetite." Damn it. What's going on? Is it Chinese Valentine's Day today? Liu Yin couldn't stand it and commented under Little Bean's picture. Chapter 34-32. Yeah. Annie, do you want to come out tonight and show off the single dogs? Little Bean replied, "I think I'm that dog." "Haha, of course not. Auntie, don't you have a boyfriend?" "But he's not here. I'm no different from a single dog." "You can go find Handsome Sue. He's single too." "Don't be ridiculous. I saw a girl in his house. The one who cooked for us last time." Liu Yin couldn't remember Zhang Rou's name. "Oh, she's not his real girlfriend. You can spend Chinese Valentine's Day with Handsome Sue." "Forget it. I'm afraid Sue you will be crushed." After eating hot pot with him last time, Liu Yin had a feeling that Xiao Fei was a freak. That was Xiao Fei, that big pervert. When he got jealous, it was scary. So, she wouldn't have too much contact with any guy. She didn't want to drag Su Yu down with her. Then, Liu Yin scrolled through her WeChat moments and saw her sister's post. It was a family photo she and Qin Shu had hired a photographer to take for them. Qin Shu's parents and the twins were all in the country. Huimin picked a photo of her smiling with her head down and Qin Shu kissing her slightly bulging belly. On a sunny afternoon, this photo was very lovey-dovey. This time, Huimin only posted the photo and didn't post anything. But she still got a lot of abuse. Liu Yin also felt like she was being abused by her sister. "Sis, I'm going to block you," Liu Yin left a comment. "You only have 3 friends. It's not worth it to block me," Huimin replied. You're a bad girl." Liu Yin began to whine. "Annie, there's a party tonight. Do you want to come with us?" Pudding replied. "Who's organizing it?" "Uncle Tang. Uncle Tang and my Annie are coming back to China today. They'll arrive at the airport at 6 p.m. After picking them up, we'll go to Seductive Fox for a party." Wow. Will I be tortured until I bleed from all my orifices? Liu Yin couldn't imagine how out of place she'd be when everyone was a couple. "What are you afraid of? Let's play. It's better than staying at home alone. My daddy and mommy will be there." All right. We'll see when the time comes. I'm a little sleepy. I'm going to sleep for a while." That evening, Su Yu and An drove to the airport to pick them up, but they only saw Tang Chuan alone. Where's Qin Ning? She didn't come back." Did they break up?" Wei Liao guessed. "Fuck you. Jinx. Ning and I are fine." Tang Chuan went up and punched Wei Liao. "Then why did you come back on your own? Didn't you say that there was a party tonight?" "Yeah, it's my bachelor party." Tang Chuan smiled mysteriously. "What do you mean?" Su Yu was a little confused. "I'm going to propose to Ning. Fuck, that's fast. Su Yu wasn't prepared for it. What's soon? What's done is done. It's not good to get pregnant out of wedlock. I've decided to marry her as soon as possible. Look at Old Wei's son. He's flirting with Dr. Ho's daughter. I don't want to wait any longer." Shameless. We agreed to be single until the end of our lives. So you complained. I'm sorry. To make up for your loss, I asked Seductive Fox to find you a dozen girls with big breasts. I heard one of them is 36E. Ha! Enjoy. Fuck off. So you rolled his eyes. The three men were very affectionate when they met. On the way to the nightclub, Tang Chuan suddenly said mysteriously, Bro, you two have to help me this time. I want to propose to Ning Ning in a different way so that she'll be moved to tears. Chapter 34-33. She's so touched. That's easy, Su said as he drove. Lord Su, do you have a good idea? Tang Chuan couldn't stand still in the passenger seat and poked Su Yu with his finger. Speak properly. Don't touch me. Su Yu kicked him. Huh. Lord Su, please enlighten me. Tang Chuan chuckled. You can buy a tube of mustard and stuff it into her mouth when she's not looking. I'm sure she'll cry. Fuck. You're kidding me. Tang Chuan didn't know whether to laugh or cry. If that's the case, I have a good idea. You can hide at the door and spray chili water on her face when she walks in. I'm sure she'll cry, Wei Liao said. Are you two still my brothers? Aren't you tricking me? If I did that, Ning Ning would have kicked me to the ground. Seeing Su Yu and Wei Liao laughing, Tang Chuan glanced at them in disdain. Forget it. I can't ask you two about such a good idea. I'd rather ask Pudding and Little Bean. Those two brats have good ideas. Finally, the car slowly stopped at the entrance of Seductive Fox. In a luxurious private room on the top floor, Tang Chuan, Su Yu, Wei Liao, and Jiang Xiaowei arrived with their son. Then, Gao Ran, Zhu Lingling, and Ji Xin arrived with Bella. Qin Shu and Huo Min were the last to arrive with Lu Yin. After they arrived, Wei Ying came as well. She sat down beside Jiang Xiaowei and kept a low profile, barely speaking. Lu Yin was dressed casually today. She took out a light yellow dress with a bow on the collar from Huo Min's wardrobe. It was quite surprising. After all, his foundation was much worse. Tang Chuan ordered the bar to make a lot of food and put it on the table, afraid that everyone would be hungry. Come. Don't stand on ceremony. Let's fill our stomachs before we drink. Pudding and Little Bean were also eating happily because there was steak, foie gras, French fries, onion rings, fried chicken, and black pepper spaghetti. They were all junk food that Huo Min rarely allowed them to eat. Lu Yin wasn't interested. She sat in a corner, eating sunflower seeds and playing with her cell phone. Today is a happy day, Chinese Valentine's Day. It's not easy to gather with everyone. Come, cheers. It was Tang Chuan's home court. He seemed very excited and kept raising his glass. Sister-in-law, you're pregnant. Just drink some soft drinks. You don't have to drink alcohol. Tang Chuan smiled to Huo Min. It's fine. I'll just drink plain water. You guys can drink. Huo Min sat beside Qin Shu and smiled faintly. Su Yu glanced at the plain water in front of Huo Min and felt his heart ache. Asked the waiter to bring some hot water. How can a pregnant woman drink cold water? I'm fine. It's not cold anyway. Huo Min didn't think he was that delicate. After Su Yu gave the order, a waiter immediately poured hot water for Huo Min. Everyone glanced at Su Yu knowingly, making him feel a bit awkward. Tang Chuan helped his good friend out of the awkward situation. Lord Su, where's your girlfriend? Girlfriend? Tang Chuan's question confused Su Yu. She's the one called Ro. Tang Chuan couldn't remember. Oh, her foot hasn't recovered yet. She's at home. What does foot injury have to do with the party? We're not hiking. And go and bring her here, Tang Chuan said. And wasn't prepared. He glanced at Su Yu beside him. Bring her here. It's better to have more people. Besides, it's Chinese Valentine's Day today. How can you leave a girl alone at home? Gao Ran said. Hearing everyone's words, Su Yu couldn't refuse. He glanced at him and said, Go ahead. Okay, President Su. And walked out with his car keys and saw Lu Yin playing with her cell phone. Lu Yin, do you want to come with me? And asked out of curiosity. Where? Lu Yin looked confused. Chapter 34-34. President Su asked me to pick up Miss Sung Ro. I see you're bored playing games at the door. Do you want to come with me? If it were before, Su Yu would have nodded and agreed since he was bored anyway. But now forget it. I won't go. It's too troublesome. You can go. Okay. And nodded and walked out. Soon, he brought Zheng Ro back. Zheng Ro's foot recovered quickly, but she couldn't walk easily. Obviously, she was in a hurry and didn't dress up. Zheng Ro came out in a loose, long-sleeve sweater. It was dark red with a black baseball cap. The pattern on the front of the sweater was a cartoon owl, looking trendy. Maybe because she didn't wear makeup, her complexion wasn't good. She looked haggard. Zheng Ro, come and sit here. Huamin was familiar with her, so he greeted her warmly. Zheng Ro nodded with a smile and sat down beside Su Yu, not far from Huamin. Sister, you came out in this outfit? Su Yu asked in a low voice. What? Did I embarrass you? Zheng Ro took a sip of the sparkling water on the table and smiled. Of course not. You'll only embarrass yourself. So you bickered with her. I like to do embarrassing things and find it exciting. It's none of your business. Hey, I don't need to pick you up. So you was angry. I didn't ask you to pick me up. Besides, I'm sure it wasn't you who suggested picking me up. Yeah. Su Yu was so angry that he didn't know what to say. In the end, he gave up and ignored her. Instead, he turned to talk to Wei Liao. Zheng Ro, sister-in-law, right? Come on, let's drink. Tang Chuan was good at coaxing people. Seeing Zheng Ro and Su Yu bickered, he immediately coaxed them with sweet words. I'm not your sister-in-law. Just call me Sister Zheng Ro. Come on, you two are already living together. Aren't you my sister-in-law? Who would believe it? Sister-in-law, I have to thank you. When I was not in the country, I was most worried about Lord Su, the single dog. Now, this difficult task has fallen on you. Not only did you save the single dog and satisfy his physiological needs, but you also made him look radiant. You're amazing. Come, let me toast you. Pooh. So you almost spat out the beer in his mouth. Tang Chuan, your dirty jokes are getting worse and worse. Su Yu scolded. Thank you for the compliment. Hee, I will continue to work hard in the future. Tell me, Qi Ning is such a nice girl. How could she fall in love with someone as despicable as you? Su Yu jokingly scolded. Our Ning Ning said that she likes my dirty look. It's hard to find one in the world. Tang Chuan's words amused everyone, and the atmosphere lightened. But maybe because Tang Chuan's joke was too explicit, Zheng Ro blushed. She lowered her head and ate and drank silently, not interrupting, and had thought that with Zheng Ro's personality, she would create a lively atmosphere with the others. But it was the opposite. She sat quietly beside Su Yu and chatted with Huamin from time to time. Where's Lu Yan? Right. I heard that my sister-in-law, Hua Min's younger sister, is extremely beautiful. Is it true? Come on, let me see. Tang Chuan was so excited that he suddenly thought of Lu Yan. Chapter 34-35. Where's Yan? Huamin hadn't seen Lu Yan for a long time. Auntie, come here. Little Bean stood on the stool and yelled excitedly. What's up, little baby? Lu Yan's voice was full of love. She stood up while playing the game. Yan, come here. Let me introduce you to my friends. Huamin waved his hand gently. Sis, it's not necessary. Auntie, my mom just wants to show you how many friends she has. Sis, I know all your friends. Then, Lu Yan said the names of each person present in front of everyone. Indeed, she knew all of them. With her excellent intelligence, she had investigated all the people around her sister. Sis, what kind of sister is she? I don't remember having a relative like her in our family. Ji Xin, who hadn't spoken much, looked at Huamin curiously. She is... Huamin didn't know what to say. We met when you were studying abroad, so it's not strange that you don't know her. Besides, I'm abroad most of the time and don't come back often. Lu Yan's brain worked quickly. Oh, I see. Does her mom know about it? Ji Xin thought it was strange. Since they were relatives, they should visit their mom in addition to their sister. I just came back. Sis has been busy, so we're going to visit Auntie Yang this week. The Auntie Yang Lu Yan mentioned was Ji Xin and Hua Min's mother. To be exact, she was Hua Min's adoptive mother. Mom will be so happy if she knows. Ji Xin believed Lu Yan's words and dispelled his doubts. Tang Chuan glanced at the little girl in front of him. She was indeed beautiful, but he felt there was something in her eyes. It was fierce and domineering. Little girl, you're Mion's sister, so you're just like us. When you come to Sea City, you can eat, drink, and have fun. Huh, Lord Su will pay the bill. Damn it, what does it have to do with me? So you felt like he was being targeted. Because you're the richest. You're the super rich one, Tang Chuan said shamelessly. So you received me warmly and asked him to play with me for a few days. Is it your turn next? I heard this place is yours. Can I drink and play as much as I want? Of course. Tang Chuan smiled generously. Then take out a bottle of 1958 red wine from the safe in your office. I'll drink it. Red wine is my favorite. Tang Chuan was speechless. He planned to open that bottle of wine with everyone on his wedding day with Qin Ning. He bought it from its bit, was it? How did you know about such a secret? Tang Chuan asked curiously. Except for Su Yu and Wei Liao, no one else had mentioned this bottle of wine. Yin heard it from me. Huamin immediately came to Lu Yan's rescue. That's not right. Sis-in-law, how did you know? Tang Chuan was puzzled. Dr. Hua heard it from me. So you immediately helped Huamin out. Lord Su, you've got no control over your mouth. Tang Chuan didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Are you willing to let me drink it? Lu Yan asked playfully. Of course I'm willing to. I'll ask someone to go back and get it now. Tang Chuan was embarrassed to not take it. But at this moment, the tables turned. Mr. Tang, you're a real man and a true friend. Forget it. I was just joking with you. It's such a precious wine. We'll open it together after your wedding. Okay, you guys eat and catch up. I'll take a walk downstairs and smoke a cigarette to get some fresh air. Yan, don't fight. Be careful. Huamin doted on his sister and always nagged her. Got it, sis. Lu Yin didn't like to attend such events because she didn't have many friends. She didn't know how to get along in such an occasion. She didn't want to deal with it, so she decided to leave. Lu Yin, I'll go with you. You always wanted to eat roasted sweet potatoes, right? I know where to buy them. And followed Lu Yin out of the private room. And do you like me? Lu Yin stopped smiling and turned to look at him with complicated emotions in her eyes. Chapter 34-36. Lu Yan's simple and crude question made him unable to digest it. You're a man. Just say it. Yes or no? Yes. I like you. Under Queen Lu Yan's pressure, and couldn't take it anymore. He didn't even have the ability to think before he confessed. This was very different from his original plan. He had wanted to take Lu Yan to a romantic place alone one day. Then, he would lay out the foreplay and slowly confess. That way, he would have a better chance. He didn't expect that in such an atmosphere outside the private room of a nightclub, it was really, then don't like me in the future for two reasons. First, I have a boyfriend. Second, we're not on the same side. Then, Lu Yin turned around and left. I felt his footsteps were heavy. She had made it so clear, but he still followed her. Wasn't he being shameless? Although he felt that he was a stinky bodyguard, he still had his dignity. So, I came back after standing at the door for a while. Huh? Why are you back? Didn't you go out with Lu Yin? So you was puzzled. Miss Lu Yin doesn't like to be followed. You can protect her if you go out. It's so late at night. Is it really okay for her to go up and down in the nightclub alone? Su Yu's thoughts were simple. It's okay. Our Yin can protect herself. Don't worry. Huamin only prayed that Lu Yin wouldn't fight with others. After explaining it to him, Lu Yin didn't feel anything. She had experienced too many life and death situations over the years, so this kind of love entanglement was nothing to her. When she went out, she was surprised to see a few subordinates loitering at the door. Boss, why are you here? Don't tell me you're protecting me. Lu Yin was puzzled. No, we have something to talk to you about. We were just about to call you when you came out. Hee hee, you really have telepathy. Hurry up and say it. I'm going to eat skewers and drink beer later. Lu Yin had thought about it. After she ran out, she would find a roadside shop and eat some hot skewers and drink some cold beer. It would be great. Little did he know that his subordinates were guarding the door like little tails. Boss, there are too many people here. The news we are reporting to you is very important. It's not convenient to talk here. Let's talk in the car. His subordinate pointed at a black van not far away. It better be something big. If you dare to trouble me with something so trivial, I'll skin you all alive. Yes, yes, yes. Boss, please calm down. Her subordinates seemed to be used to Lu Yan's hot temper. She always spoke harshly, but in fact, she treated her subordinates very well and never blamed them. These people had learned Lu Yan's tricks over the years and didn't want to argue with their boss. Bored, Lu Yan crossed the street and walked toward the black minivan. Hey, do you think boss will kill us when he finds out the truth? It can't be. I think it's a surprise for boss. His subordinates looked at Lu Yan's back and muttered to themselves, feeling conflicted. Lu Yan opened the door and sat down. Before she could react, someone cupped her face and kissed her fiercely. His lips were cold, but there was also a familiar mint taste. It was very refreshing. If it were any other time, Lu Yan would have taken out her gun and started another bloody storm. But she knew she couldn't resist this familiar taste. Xiao Fei was here. Yes, Xiao Fei was here. Chapter 34-37. Xiao, pervert. Lu Yan struggled to say something, but Xiao Fei didn't give her a chance and continued pouncing on her. In the end, the kiss lasted for a full 3 minutes. Lu Yan felt like she was going to run out of oxygen. Xiao Fei released her. When she sat up, her first reaction was to pinch Xiao Fei's face. What are you doing? Checking if you're someone else's disguise. Xiao Fei, aren't you in Russia? Yeah. How come you're here? Lu Yan was puzzled. I came by plane. Bullshit. I know you didn't walk here. If you walked, you wouldn't be able to get here in 1 year. Xiao Fei, didn't I tell you not to see each other during critical times? In the eyes of outsiders, we're enemies who have broken up. But I want to see you, Xiao Fei said calmly. Lu Yan, on the other hand, blushed. She felt sweet inside. But if Chownan finds out, all our previous efforts will be in vain. He's not in Moscow. He's in Thailand. Then Amy, the mole, I gave her sleeping pills. She'll sleep until noon tomorrow. I'll be in Russia before noon. Damn it. So you came all the way by plane to see me? Lu Yan felt like Xiao Fei was wasting his time. It took him 1 night to fly back and forth between China and Moscow. Fortunately, he had a private jet. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to make it. What do you think I want? You're a masochist. You're crazy. Lu Yan refused to admit it. It seems the kiss wasn't enough. You haven't learned to be obedient. Hey, don't do it. I'm going to run out of oxygen. Big brother. Lu Yan was truly afraid of Xiao Fei. Besides, they were on the road. Was it okay to do it in a car? Her subordinates would laugh their heads off. Here you go. Xiao Fei's words were cold, but his actions were unusually warm. He stuffed a handful of fiery red roses into Lu Yan's hands. What's this? Isn't today Chinese Valentine's Day in China? You're giving me something so old-fashioned. I despise you. Lu Yan was exasperated. There's something even more old-fashioned. Do you want to see it? Lu Yan, then, a Chanel lipstick suddenly appeared in his hand. Here. Lipstick? Are you a pervert? You're a man and you're buying lipstick? I've sent someone a check, and they say that most couples give this. Lu Yan, before she could react, Lu Yan stuffed another red packet into her hand. What the hell is this? I heard that WeChat allows people to send red packets and transfer money. But you know that I don't use social media, and I don't have your WeChat, so I gave you cash. This is... Lu Yan was dumbfounded. She looked down at the red packet in her hand. 13140, Xiao Fei said calmly. Oh my God, you're so old-fashioned. Pervert Xiao, I despise you. You're so vulgar. Lu Yan hadn't celebrated Valentine's Day in all these years. When she was abroad, everyone celebrated it on February 14th, but she didn't. Not to mention the Chinese Valentine's Day. Therefore, Xiao Fei's actions today were really shocking. Earth to earth, but it said that there's one last trick to this trick, Xiao Fei said. What is it? It said that after the girl accepts the gift, she'll go to a hotel with the guy to express her gratitude. Xiao Fei looked at Lu Yan with a straight face. Chapter 34-38. Get the fuck out of my room. Lu Yin had always been a crude and violent person. Was she supposed to pretend to be pitiful, gentle, and sweet to make men like her? No, she didn't know how to do any of that. She only knew how to kill, fight, develop explosives, and count money until her hands cramped. Everyone had different goals in life. Lu Yin might be like this for the rest of her life. Okay, come on, let's do the math. What math? Lu Yin was confused. You told me confidently that we were pretending and that you only came back to see Sister Mian. Yeah, didn't I? On the day you came back, you played with Su Yu's bodyguard. Damn it, he was just a companion. Don't overthink it. Then you went from the arcade to the bar. You even drank with an idiot? You said he was an idiot. Didn't I win 10 million yuan? Lu Yin said smugly. You went to Su Yu's house for breakfast? Xiao Fei frowned slightly. Ahem, I didn't go there alone. I took Pudding and Little Bean with me. Su Yu's girlfriend made breakfast for us. There was nothing between me and Su Yu. Nothing? Why did he send so many cars to get you out of the hospital? It was Little Bean and Pudding's idea. They instigated Su Yu to do it. Now you want the two kids to take the blame for you? Lu Yin, you're really something? Xiao Fei exclaimed. Damn it, I didn't take the blame for them. It's the truth. Do you want to fight? Stop talking. Let's continue. Then you went to barbecue and called the hooligan your brother. I tricked him into paying the bill for everyone. Then that idiot stopped me and I beat him to a pulp. Ha! Then you went shopping. Su Yu's bodyguard came to get you. You two planned to eat hot pot alone? Xiao Fei moved closer to Lu Yin. They were about to touch. I didn't get to eat. Didn't you disturb me? So, I'm the one who ruined your plans. No. You're just in time. At that time, I was planning to eat alone and let Shaoan watch. I don't believe you, Lu Yin. You're a woman who goes back on your words. What kind of plan did you come up with? You sent me away so that you could come back to flirt with men. Fuck, Psycho Xiao, you're slandering me. But what I said just now is the truth. I've already explained, but you still don't believe me? I don't. What do I have to do to make you believe me? Lu Yin was helpless. Unless you kiss me in front of your subordinates. Fuck you. That's impossible. Just give up. Okay. Xiao Fei opened the car door and was about to get out. To be honest, Lu Yin was anxious when she saw Xiao Fei was about to leave. She had not seen him for a long time and missed him very much. This man must be crazy to have flown here from Moscow. Lu Yin would feel bad if she had to leave after staying for less than half an hour. Hey, Psycho Xiao, where are you going? Since you don't want to see me, I'll leave. You can continue to flirt in China. Don't go. At least have dinner with me. Lu Yin stammered, and her excuse was lame. No, I don't have an appetite. I came all the way here to celebrate Chinese Valentine's Day with someone. I even prepared a gift, but you don't seem to appreciate it. No, I appreciate it. Lu Yin got out of the car with flowers in her hands. From afar, they looked like a couple who had a quarrel. If you appreciate it, kiss me in front of everyone, Xiao Fei demanded calmly. Fuck, you're becoming more and more perverted. Did you not get enough sex in Moscow? Lu Yin didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Chapter 34-39. Yeah, I'm just not satisfied. What? Will you satisfy me? Lu Yin was at a loss for words. She felt Psycho Xiao was a bit different today. He looked at her with a burning gaze. What was going on? Were there no girls in Russia? So, are you going to kiss me or force me to go back? How dare you threaten me? Yeah, so what? Am I threatening you? Damn it. If you don't answer or choose, I'll leave. Then Xiao Fei turned to leave. Suddenly, Lu Yin pounced on him and leaped up from behind. She wrapped her arms tightly around his neck. Damn it. Psycho, didn't you want to kiss? I'll give you something exciting. Then, a shocking scene appeared. Lu Yin jumped onto Xiao Fei's body and bit his lips tightly. Such a rough kiss. It was simply a forced kiss, young man. Do you need me to call the police for you? An old woman passing by couldn't stand it. Where did this old woman come from? Go away. There are a couple playing around. Lu Yin's subordinates immediately drove the old woman away. Then, Lu Yin seemed to be tired. She let go of Xiao Fei and jumped down. By now, Xiao Fei's lips had been bitten by Lu Yin, and there was a faint smell of blood. Wow, our boss is so violent, yeah. I feel like young Master Qiao was molested. With a girlfriend like our boss, his life is in danger all the time. I wonder if young Master Qiao will get angry after being bitten like this. Have you guys seen enough? Lu Yin turned her head abruptly and scolded her subordinates. Yes, we've seen enough. If you've seen enough, get out of here. Yes, boss. We'll get out right now. Drive the car away. Get out of here and don't show up again. In fact, Lu Yin wasn't angry. She was very shy and didn't know what to do, so she pretended to be angry. It was as if she didn't have a female relative to take care of her all these years and had to figure everything out by herself. She didn't know how to fall in love. She didn't know how to do the wasteful things that lovers did. I kissed you. Are you satisfied now? Does it feel good? Lu Yin crossed her arms over her chest and smiled smugly. I don't like it. I want more. Damn it. Lu Yin's face flushed red. Do you have to be so explicit? Are you a pervert? Seeing Lu Yin's awkward expression, Xiao Fei didn't want to continue teasing her. Xiaoyan, I'm a little hungry. Why don't you take me to eat something? Let's go. I'm hungry too. At the mention of food, Lu Yin was in a good mood. Then, the men drove the car away. Lu Yin was still holding flowers and lipstick. Hold this for me. It's too embarrassing. Lu Yin thought she was only good at holding guns. Suddenly taking these things was really too out of place. Xiao Fei took it without saying a word. Then, they passed by Hermes' store. Xiao Fei suddenly said, I'll buy you a bag. Why? I heard that it can cure all diseases, Xiao Fei said seriously. Can you not be so funny? Are you still psycho, Xiao? Lu Yin was laughing at the door when Xiao Fei walked in for less than a minute and came out with a random bag. Lu Yin glanced at the price tag. It was 360,000 yuan. Now you have a place to put your lipstick. Xiao Fei put the lipstick he bought into the bag for Lu Yin. Then, he handed the bag to her. Psycho Xiao, you're a little different today. Are you possessed by a ghost? Let me tell you, if you ask me to pay you back, I won't pay you back. Lu Yin took the bag with mixed feelings. Yin, let's celebrate Valentine's Day like other couples. Xiao Fei put his hand on Lu Yin's back and kissed her. At that moment, Lu Yin felt warm. Chapter 3440. Why are you still standing there like an idiot? Lead the way. Let's go eat. Okay. Maybe it was because Xiao Fei Xuan was so hot tonight that Lu Yin wasn't prepared for it and kept spacing out. The two of them walked on the street and looked at the people coming and going, as well as the young couples who were holding roses. Lu Yin felt like she was just one of them, so ordinary. It was a magical feeling. Maybe it was because Xiao Fei's hair color was special, or maybe it was because he was too handsome, but he had short silver hair. Along the way, many girls secretly took photos of Xiao Fei with their cell phones. Xiao Fei lowered his head, so they could only see the side of his face. Beauty, can you ask your boyfriend to raise his head so I can take a photo of him? He's so handsome. He looks like a guy from a manga. A girl with a Taiwanese accent said to Lu Yin with a smile on her face. Get out of here. Take my ass. Lu Yin had tolerated these flies for a long time. These women were so reckless that they dared to flirt with her man on the street. With her short temper, Lu Yin wouldn't let them do as they pleased. Humph. Don't be so cocky. You're so rude. I wonder how that pretty guy fell in love with you. The girl scolded Lu Yin before she left. Fuck. What did you say? Do you want to fight? Lu Yin turned around and was about to teach the girl a lesson. But Lu Yin grabbed her by the collar. Calm down. What? You don't want me to hit your fan? Lu Yin pouted. No. I'm afraid that if you kill her, we won't be able to spend Valentine's Day together. Lu Yin, am I that rude? How could I kill her? Lu Yin felt wronged. Since she came back to China, she hadn't killed anyone for a few days. She had turned into a good sister, a good aunt to the twins, and Xiao Fei's little princess. No, I mean, you're not rude. That woman might not be able to take it, Xiao Fei said. You're right. Lu Yin was no longer angry at his words. She walked forward with him smugly. Unknowingly, they came to a busy street in the center of the city. There were all kinds of delicious food and ethnic restaurants on both sides of the street. Psycho Chow, what do you want to eat? I'm fine with anything. It's up to you. Then let's eat hot pot. I wanted to eat hot pot last time, but you ruined it. I've been thinking about it for days. You still have the nerve to mention this? Chow Fei glanced at her coldly, as if there was still a strong smell of jealousy on him. There was already a long queue in front of a Chongqing hot pot restaurant. Most of them were couples. While they were queuing, they were kissing and hugging each other. It was such a torturous scene that it was unbearable to watch. Fuck, how long do we have to wait? Wait here. I'll go get the boss to clear the place. Lu Yin was very impatient. Seeing so many people, she didn't even want to line up. He would have to use money to buy out the entire venue. Chow Fei hurriedly stopped her when he saw her like this. Don't, Yin. Forget it. It's a holiday, and everyone wants to have a good time. You're not only ruining everyone's mood, but it's also boring to eat with just the two of us. Then what should I do? I don't like waiting in line. Lu Yin pouted. Didn't we say we were going to be an ordinary couple? No ordinary couple is like you. Chow Fei didn't know whether to laugh or cry. But being an ordinary person is so fucking tiring. Lu Yin wasn't used to it all. Wait here, let me try. Chow Fei walked toward the man who was dressed like a manager. Chapter 34-41. Chow Fei thought for a moment and said to the lobby manager at the door, Hello, we want to eat hot pot. Sir, please line up behind us and follow the order. The lobby manager responded with a smile. Here's the thing. I came back from another city to spend the holiday with my girlfriend. But I have something to do tomorrow and have to fly back before dawn. If I wait too long, I'm afraid I won't be able to watch a movie with her. Can you make an exception? I see. The lobby manager looked a bit depressed. Not far away, Lu Yin opened her mouth wide in surprise and thought, Psycho Chow, your acting skills are awesome. You put on a sad show for the sake of eating hot pot. Good job. Wow, look at her boyfriend. He's so romantic. He came back from another city to spend the holiday with his girlfriend. The young couple beside them was envious. Just let them eat first. Time is precious, someone yelled. Yeah, we agree with them cutting the line. Everyone spoke up for them enthusiastically. Then come in. I'll let you in first, the manager said with a smile. Damn it, that works? Lu Yin instantly felt like Chow Fei had saved 100,000 yuan for her. She had planned to spend 100,000 yuan to clear the restaurant for an hour. Just like that, the two of them were led into the restaurant in a daze. One table had just finished. After the waiter cleared the table, he led them to a quiet corner with a good view. Psycho Chow, I don't think you should be the young master of a gang. I think you should go to Hollywood and become a movie king. Ha ha. I'm doing it for you. Why are you laughing? Chow Fei glared at her. Ha ha. You spoke as if you were telling the truth. I'm impressed by your acting skills. Come on. I'm telling the truth. I really flew here from Moscow and have to leave before dawn. Okay, you're good looking. Everything you say is right. Chow Fei was speechless. Where did you learn all this nonsense? I learned it from my two nieces. They're super talented and often talk about the latest internet slang. Sometimes even my sister is dumbfounded. Chow Fei, what's with that expression? Nothing. Let's eat. Then, the two of them ate spicy hot pot in a very good atmosphere. Lu Yin ate until she was full. When she paid the bill, she found she had only spent about 300 yuan. The prices were so low that it brought happiness after finishing the hot pot. The two of them headed out. Where are we going now? Lu Yin asked. Aren't we going to the movies next? Haha, are we really going to watch it? Isn't it stupid? Lu Yin had never watched a movie in a theater. She was used to being alone since she was young and didn't like to go to crowded places. She didn't even know how to buy tickets. Therefore, when she heard that Chow Fei was going to watch a movie, she felt that it was quite interesting. Do you want to go? I'm fine with anything. Lu Yin became shy. Let's go then. Then, he took Lu Yan's hand and walked toward the movie theater not far away. Although the two of them had kissed, hugged, and held hands before, this time they were holding hands in public on the streets. Lu Yin felt strange, as if something was bubbling up from the depths of her heart. When they arrived at the cinema hall, the two of them looked at the colorful posters. What movies are we going to watch? Lu Yin was dazzled. I don't care. You can watch anything you want. Xiao Fei didn't know what to do. Can we watch a porn movie? With so many people watching it together, it must feel different, Lu Yin said shamelessly. Xiao Fei turned his head and glanced at her. He said calmly, you don't have to watch it in the theater. I can watch it live with you. Chapter 3442. Stop talking nonsense. Hurry up and choose a movie. Don't you have a flight to catch? This time, Lu Yin didn't scold Xiao Fei. Instead, she skillfully avoided the topic. Wolf Warrior 2. Do you want to watch it? Is it necessary? It's not like we haven't lived that kind of life before. Looking at the poster about the massacre by the anti-government organization in Africa, Lu Yin wasn't curious at all. She seemed to have lived in such an environment. It wasn't a movie. It was the most realistic. Didn't you say it's good? There are a lot of people buying tickets. We can't just choose a horror movie, right? Okay. Then Wolf Warrior 2 it is. In the end, the two of them bought tickets to watch the popular Wolf Warrior 2 without any dispute. Xiao Fei even bought popcorn and Coke for Lu Yin. It was super heartwarming. The most awkward thing was that they couldn't get a good seat and sat in the corner at the back. The young couples in front and left weren't here to watch a movie. They were here to show off their love. When a male lead was fighting pirates, the young couple in front of him kissed passionately and showed off their love. When a male lead was saving people in Africa, the young couple on the left touched the girl's body. When a male lead was about to save the girl, the young couple on the right wanted to stick together like Siamese twins. This wasn't a movie, it was a show of love. Lu Yin couldn't imagine how bad it would be if a single person came to watch a movie alone. Would they be covered in cuts and bruises? When the two of them walked out, Lu Yin tossed the unfinished popcorn into the trash can. Damn it, it's so sweet. I don't know how much weight I'll gain if I eat it. How can I be as unrestrained as Little Bean? You're not fat. Xiao Fei looked at her and said quietly, what do you know? I'm not light. It's just that it's all inside and can't be seen with my clothes on. That's why I look thin. I don't believe you. It's true. I'm not lying to you, Lu Yin explained seriously. She even put her hand on her belly to show Xiao Fei the extra flesh. If you let me touch it, I'll believe you, damn it. You tricked me again. You tricked me today. Did you go to training class? You almost took advantage of me again. Xiao Fei smiled but didn't say anything. He just thought Lu Yin was so cute right now. Just like the girl next door, she would be shy, blush, and even fly into a rage out of humiliation. Stop laughing. Do you think I won't beat you up? Lu Yin raised her fist. I don't believe that you can do it. I came all the way here to see you. I took such a long flight and couldn't eat or sleep well, just to see you. Don't make it sound so emotional. It's like it's the last time we met. I'm not dead. Lu Yin lowered her head and kicked a pebble on the road. Little Yin, After this plan, let's not be separated again, okay? Even if it's fake, I can't stand it. I don't want to be separated from you. I'm unhappy every day in Moscow. Aren't you tired of being with me every day? I scold you and bully you. Lu Yin was a bit shy. You can bully me for the rest of my life. I think my physical fitness is not bad. Maybe I'm the only one who can withstand your abuse. Xiao Fei laughed. Go. You're defaming me again. At this moment, Xiao Fei's phone rang. Young master, it's time to go. If you go back late, they'll get suspicious. Okay, I got it. Xiao Fei hung up without hesitation. You're going back? Lu Yin suddenly realized that time had passed so quickly. A few hours later, she had eaten hot pot and watched a movie. Yeah, I have one last gift for you. Xiao Fei looked at Lu Yin gently. Chapter 3443. A gift. Lu Yin wondered if it was perfume or something even more vulgar. At this moment, a black Mercedes-Benz slowly drove up and stopped beside them. Xiao Fei's subordinate got out of the car with a delicately wrapped dark blue box in his hands. This is for you. Xiao Fei took the gift box from his subordinate and handed it to Lu Yin. What's this? You can look at it after I leave. You're so old-fashioned, Lu Yin wondered if Xiao Fei had plagiarized many of his dialogues from romance movies. They were so lame. I'm leaving. Be a good girl. Don't make me jealous again, or else you're going to slaughter the whole city. Lu Yin finished his sentence for him. Yeah, I'm going to slaughter the whole city. Xiao Fei smiled slightly. Then he hugged Lu Yin and kissed her on the forehead. Then he turned around and left. The silver-haired man, the cold weirdo, came and went like the wind. Just as Xiao Fei was about to get into the car, with the gift in her hands, Lu Yin suddenly yelled, "Psycho Xiao, you look very handsome tonight." Xiao Fei paused and turned around to look at Lu Yin affectionately. Then he left. Lu Yin knew how difficult it was for Xiao Fei to come out. He had to avoid Xiao Nan's eyes, Amy, and the people in his family who all had ulterior motives. Moscow wasn't close to China. Even if he took a private plane, it would take 5 or 6 hours. Therefore, she couldn't eat or sleep well. Besides, this was the first time Psycho Qiao had given her a gift. In the past, when they were together, it was always him who fed her and took her US dollars. But this time, Psycho Qiao was so generous and didn't get anything from her. Lu Yin thought this guy must be crazy. Looking at the brocade box in her hands, Lu Yin murmured with a smile, "Is it a bomb?" Xiao Fei's car disappeared into the night. To be honest, Lu Yin was quite disappointed. Everything just now felt like a dream. This guy suddenly appeared, had dinner, and watched movies with her, and then suddenly left. Sitting on a step, Lu Yin put down the rose in her hands and slowly opened the brocade box. Then her eyes lit up. This is... Lu Yin took it out in disbelief and was pleasantly surprised. It wasn't perfume or lipstick, nor was it a rose gown. This was the latest high-tech bulletproof vest produced by the Russian military factory. It broke the traditional heavy feeling and used a new material. It was light and thin, and its bulletproof effect was extremely awesome. Lu Yin had been paying attention to the bulletproof vest since it was announced that it would be put into use. However, it was later rumored that this bulletproof vest was made with high-quality technology. They didn't plan to take out, so it was very difficult to get them. As the first Chinese mafia in Russia, the Qiao family had a close relationship with the local mafia. They had been engaged in the arms trade in Asia. Therefore, it wasn't surprising that Xiao Fei could get the first-hand goods. However, this was the first time he had seen someone give a bulletproof vest to a girl. But for Lu Yin, it was what she needed the most. This was 100 times better than giving him cash. I couldn't tell that Psycho Qiao was so good at catering to people's interests. Lu Yin smiled in satisfaction and stood up. His men drove the nanny van and immediately rushed over, not daring to delay their boss for even a minute. "Boss," young Master Qiao left. "Yes, then you didn't, Her men were quite disappointed. "What?" Lu Yin glared. "Nothing. Boss, sit tight. Now, shall we send you back to South Hill Manor to rest?" "Rest my ass. I'm going to take my present to my sister and give her a good beating." "Humph." Lu Yin smiled wickedly. After being bullied for a whole day, she was going to take revenge with her present. Chapter 3444. "Boss, I don't think we should do that. Why not?" "I don't think you could defeat Miss Hua. Miss Hua and President Qin love each other so much. Will she defeat you?" Even Lu Yan's subordinates thought it was better not to confront their sister directly. After all, Qin Shu and Hua Mian were the best at torturing single people. "I don't believe it. It's the first time I've received flowers in a bag that can cure all diseases. Oh, there's lipstick in it." Lu Yin felt really good about receiving gifts. Ignoring her subordinate's advice, she went back to Seductive Fox without hesitation. Because there were too many people in the room, she didn't bring the flowers or the bulletproof vest. She left them all in the car. However, she went back alone. She planned to describe the situation to her elder sister. Unfortunately, when she opened the door of the room, she was completely stunned. She had only been gone for a short while, but the people inside all seemed to be drunk. Even her brother-in-law, Mr. Qin, who always had good self-control, was a little tipsy. He was holding Homin's face and whispering something intimately. The rest of the people were either sitting in pairs, clinking glasses, playing finger-guessing games, or hugging each other and singing like Jiang Shaowei and Zhu Lingling. The kids were even more ridiculous, putting Little Bean, Wei Yin Shu, and Gao Yuan. The four of them sat calmly in a corner and played a game of Who's the Spy. What is going on? You're back. In, who was still sober, saw Lu Yin and hurried over. Did they drink too much? Yeah. It's rare for them to get together and have fun. They're all letting loose. But Dr. Hui didn't drink. She's pregnant. Afraid that Lu Yin would worry about her sister, and hurried to explain. Okay, I'm impressed. Lu Yin was impressed by their alcohol tolerance. At this moment, Tang Chuan walked over in a daze. He put one hand on Lu Yin's shoulder. Before he could put it down, Lu Yin grabbed it tightly and almost dislocated it. Ouch, 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 ouch. Hurry up and let go of me. What do you want? Lu Yin stared at Tang Chuan with wide eyes. Of course I have something to say to you. You're overreacting, lass. If you have something to say, you can't just say it. Why did you do it? Lu Yin continued to glare at Tang Chuan. Yeah, Mr. Tang, you must be drunk. Let's talk nicely. And also thought it was wrong for Tang Chuan to pat Lu Yin. I'll talk. Let me go first, girl. I'm not interested in flat-chested girls. Don't worry, I definitely don't have any ulterior motives. Hearing Tang Chuan's words, Lu Yin pressed harder. Tang Chuan screamed in pain. Sister-in-law, save me. Sister-in-law Huamin, save me. I'm going to die. In the end, Tang Chuan had no choice but to ask Huamin for help. At this moment, Huamin, who was flirting with Mr. Qin, quickly got up and walked over. What are you doing, Yin? Let go. This person's words are not nice. I'm teaching him a lesson. Seeing her sister come over, Lu Yin suddenly let go of his hand. Tang Chuan is like this. He's very naughty. He's just playing with you. Then, Huamin turned to Tang Chuan with a smile and said, I told you not to mess with my sister. You're risking your life by playing with her. Is it necessary? Tang Chuan rubbed his arm, skeptical. Why don't you try again? Huamin couldn't help but laugh. No. I don't want to try. I really have something to talk to her about. Sister-in-law, please help me talk to her. Tang Chuan was a little regretful. Why did he have to be so stupid? Chapter 34-45. Okay, you've learned your lesson, haven't you? Yeah, I've. Hearing Huamin's words, Tang Chuan nodded immediately. Yin, talk to him. He really has a favor to ask of you. Then Huamin turned to leave. Hey sis, I got a gift today. Lu Yin wanted to show off the gift to her sister. In the end, he was entangled by Tang Chuan again. Sis, I really have a favor to ask of you. Do I know you well? No. The key is that none of these people can come up with good ideas for me. I'll leave it to you. I heard from Pudding and Little Bean that their Annie is smart. My Ning Ning is the same. She's very lively, so she'll definitely like your ideas. What idea? Lu Yin glanced at Tang Chuan, who reeked of alcohol, in disdain. I want to propose to Ning Ning in a different way. I want her to remember it for the rest of her life. Then propose to her, Lu Yin said. But the proposals nowadays are too old-fashioned. They either sing love songs, play the piano, or set up roses and candles. They're all the same. It's not meaningful at all. You want to catch me by surprise, right? Lu Yin asked. Yeah. Something special. Something memorable. It's too exciting. Are you afraid? Exciting is good. Haha, we like excitement. It's a good idea. Yeah, I do have a good idea. Lu Yin bit her lip and smirked. What idea? Lu Yin pulled him aside and told him her idea. Okay, tell him. I don't want to deal with drunkards. Then, Lu Yin turned to go find Huamin. This idea is really... look conflicted. What do the girls say to you? Hurry up and tell me. Curious, Tang Chuan grabbed In's collar and wouldn't let go. It's indeed exciting. Young Master Tang, are you sure you want to hear it? Of course. I want something exciting. Tell me about it. Tang Chuan asked for everyone's opinions at the table. But with so many people, no one could come up with a satisfactory solution. Even someone as smart as Huamin only gave a conservative answer. He told Huamin to wake her up in the middle of the night and give her a surprise. However, Tang Chuan still didn't think it was exciting enough. In the end, the twins suggested asking Lu Yin. In the twins' hearts, their little aunt was especially clever. She had a weird personality, so the ideas she came up with would definitely be weird too. Sure enough, Lu Yin didn't disappoint. She came up with a brilliant idea without much consideration, and was so scared that his little heart trembled. "Oh my God, Masterin, can you hurry up? Don't be so hesitant. I'm still planning. Ningning is coming back soon. Remember to give it to Tang Chuan." Lu Yin said, she wants you to pretend that you died in a car accident. What kind of idea is that? And I Yang used it before. He pretended to be dead and came back to life in the hospital. Then you proposed to Ningning on the spot, right? Tang Chuan was disappointed. No. Lu Yin said if you pretend to be dead and don't show up, you can get up and propose to Ningning 3 days later at the funeral. Damn it, come back to life? It's not a fucking proposal. It's scaring Ningning to death. What kind of idea did Lu Yin come up with? Hearing this, Tang Chuan felt like his head was going to explode. Lu Yin was the only woman in the world who could come up with the idea of making him come back to life at the funeral. In the corner of the sofa, Zheng Ro looked at Su Yu with a Budweiser bottle in her hand. Drunk, she looked at him. "Su Yu, why did everyone get a present, but not me? Don't I have to celebrate Chinese Valentine's Day?" Chapter 3446. We're just acting. Don't take it so seriously. So you didn't think it was a big deal. But even if we're acting, can't we act more realistically? Forget it. Don't act too realistically. We'll all get into character. Sui was embarrassed. We'll all get into character. Do you think I'll really fall in love with you? Zheng Ro chuckled. No, don't overthink it. I'm afraid I'll fall in love with you. Fine. I'll give you a red packet. Buy whatever you want. Then Sui took out his cell phone, opened WeChat, and transferred 10,000 yuan to Zheng Ro. It was enough to buy a lot of roses, but he didn't put any thought into it. Zheng Ro thought sadly that if it were Huamin, Sui wouldn't have done it like this. She reached out her hand and refused the transfer. Huh? What do you mean? Sui was puzzled at the refusal. I was just kidding. You didn't take it seriously. I'm living and eating at your house for free. How can I take your money? It doesn't conflict. You're not living and eating in my house for free. Sui glanced at Zheng Ro, puzzled by her sudden change in expression. I don't want your money. I have money. Like Sui, Zheng Ro had never lacked money since she was a child. She didn't have any concept of money, so she was slightly disappointed when Sui still offered to give her money. But she knew Sui didn't like her and wouldn't waste his time on her. Wei Ying was one of the few people who wasn't drunk. She hadn't planned to come. She didn't want to come, but Wei Liao forbade her from having a bachelor party with her friends. So she forced Jiang Xiaowei to come. Although Wei Ying was familiar with these people, she still couldn't hang out with them. Everyone knew what had happened in the past, so she was a little embarrassed. Seeing everyone drinking happily and singing songs and playing finger-guessing games in 2s and 3s, Wei Ying felt bored. She stood up and walked behind Wei Yinshu, watching the children play the game of who was the spy. The rules of the game were simple. Everyone took a peek at the 4 words and memorized them. Then, they used all the words they could think of to describe them. Then, everyone would vote to guess who the spy was. The difficulty was high because the word undercover was very similar to the word civilian. So, basically, everyone would be confused. For example, backpack and school bag, scarf and scarf, table tennis and badminton. These were very similar terms. Andy, Wei Yinshu looked back at Wei Ying. How was it? Did you win? Wei Ying rubbed her nephew's head lovingly. Yeah, I just won a few rounds. Really? My nephew is so awesome. Who lost? Wei Ying was curious. Gao Buin. The other 3 children answered in unison. Haha, Buin is the scapegoat again. Wei Ying laughed. Anyway, Ying, they bullied me. I'm the youngest. Bullshit. Don't find excuses when you lose. I told you to eat less desserts. Your brain must be blocked. You lost the first round, and it was so embarrassing. You said you could describe yourself first, and you said you were an animal. How can we not choose you? The 3 of us are Cinderella. Only you are an ugly duckling. Little Bean was speechless. But I'm an animal, an ugly duckling. Gao Buyin was sure he was right. Then can't you say you're a character in a fairy tale? Do you want to be the model in the first round? Little Bean lectured him earnestly. But Little Bean, you eat a lot of sweets yourself. Why you keep criticizing me? Gao Buyin felt wronged and refused to admit that he had become stupid because he ate sweets all the time. Chapter 34:47. Damn it. How dare you compare yourself with me? Don't you know how stupid you are? I was born with my IQ. I'm on the same level as my sister. Even if I eat a lot of sweets, I'm not as stupid as you. I'm stupid. You only want to play with me, right? Gao Buiyuan retorted. Oh, you've learned how to talk back. Good job, Gao Buiyuan. Watching the kids bicker, Wei Ying felt warm in her heart. She had known Shin Mingxi when they were little, and they used to play hide-and-seek together. But Shin Mingxi didn't like to talk and wasn't as lively as Gao Buiyuan. Auntie, this is for you. Wei Yinshu turned around and handed her a bouquet of roses. Wow, what do you mean? Wei Ying chuckled. Everyone got flowers today, except for you. Did you get bullied? No. Your auntie is immune to all kinds of drugs. Huh? Wei Ying hadn't had a boyfriend since her divorce. She lived a fulfilling life alone and learned many things, including tea ceremony and yoga. So, she didn't feel bored. Take it. I bought a lot, and Pudding has it. This is for you. Take it as a gift from your nephew. My Yinshu is so considerate. But Annie doesn't want it. It's just roses. I won't die without them. Okay, you guys continue playing. I'm going to the washroom. Wei Ying stood up. Yinshu, your Annie still doesn't have a boyfriend? No. Grandpa often scolds her, but she won't find one. I think she might still like her ex-husband, Pudding guessed. I think so too, but my dad won't let my Annie have any contact with the Shen family. Why? Who knows? It's complicated. I don't want to know. Wei Yinshu didn't want to know more about his Annie. The children continued to play the game. When Wei Ying came out of the washroom, the door of the private room opened a crack. Miss Wei Ying, what's up? Wei Ying looked at the waiter curiously. Can you come out for a moment? I have something for you. Me? The more Wei Ying listened, the more curious she became. Seeing that no one was looking at her, she opened the door and walked out. The waiter handed her a bouquet of roses. There were 99 roses in total. It was the latest black chiffon dress on the market. It was beautiful, noble, and mysterious. Wei Ying was at a loss for words. She glanced at the waitress's face, indicating that she didn't know her. The gentleman in room 818 next door asked me to give it to you. Who? Sir doesn't want me to reveal his name. He told me to give it to Miss Wei Ying in this private room. The waiters here were very smart and knew the regulars. Wei Ying often hung out with her friends, so she recognized Wei Ying and called her out secretly. Is that gentleman still in the private room? He shouldn't have left yet. Oh, then I'll go take a look. Wei Ying couldn't wait. She seemed to know who that person was, but she was afraid she wasn't. So, with great excitement, Wei Ying rushed into room 818 with roses in her hands. The men and women inside froze when they saw Wei Ying. Then, they warmed up to her. Ying, you're here too. Come, let's play. A few of Wei Ying's friends came to greet her when they saw her. Excuse me, which one of you gave me these flowers? Wei Ying glanced around and didn't see the person she was looking for, so she sounded disappointed. Ying, I gave you the flowers. Yi Xiaoyang stood up and walked toward Wei Ying. Chapter 34:48. Oh, it's you. There wasn't a trace of joy on Wei Ying's face. I was going to ask you out for dinner, but I heard you were having a party with your brother next door. Yeah, my brother is having dinner with Lord Su, President Qin, and Dr. Hua. I just wanted to join in the fun. Do you like the flowers? Not bad. Thank you. Since you're here, let's sit down and have some fun. Yi Xiaoyang had chased after Wei Ying, but didn't get any response, so he was displeased with Shun Mingxi. So, Wei Ying gradually drifted away from him. If she had known the flowers were from Yi Xiaoyang, she wouldn't have accepted them. It's okay. You guys have fun. I'll go back and take care of my brother and sister-in-law. They seem to be drunk and can't drive. Then, Wei Ying nodded to the others and left. Eldest Miss Wei doesn't seem to be very happy. Someone in the crowd said, "Does she still like Shen Mingxi?" Mr. Yi, you don't have to go that far. There's so many good women out there. Why would you surround yourself with a second-hand woman? Someone recklessly taunted. Shut your fucking mouths. Yi Zhaoyang turned his head abruptly and smashed a beer bottle. Don't mention Shen Mingxi in front of me again. And if I hear anyone say anything bad about Ying, don't blame me for being rude. Yi Zhaoyang had a bad temper, and everyone knew he wasn't to be trifled with. Seeing how protective he was of Wei Ying, they guessed he had some feelings for her and didn't dare to say more. After Wei Ying walked out of the private room, she gave the 99 roses to the waitress. She didn't want the roses from Yi Zhaoyang and didn't want them. She wasn't dating him. Why would he give her flowers on Chinese Valentine's Day? When they returned to the private room, Jiang Xiaowei immediately pulled Wei Ying aside. Come on, Ying. This song, Coming Across the Ocean to See You, is your song. Sing it. Sister-in-law, you sing it. I'm off key. Obviously, Wei Ying wasn't in the mood. It's okay. I'll sing it with you. We're both off key and no one will laugh at us. After Jiang Xiaowei sang a song with her sister-in-law, they were a little tired and sat on the sofa, panting. Jiang Xiaowei handed Wei Ying a bottle of beer. What's wrong? Is there something on your mind? No. Don't lie to me. Don't forget what my major is. Jiang Xiaowei seemed to have seen through Wei Ying's mind. Sister-in-law, can you not be so direct? Can't you give me some privacy? Tell me about it. I've been observing you all night. You seem to have a lot on your mind. Sister-in-law, someone sent me 99 flowers just now. Seeing that she couldn't hide it from her sister-in-law, Wei Ying decided to come clean. Shen Mingxi gave it to you? If only it was him. No, it was Yi Zhaoyang. That brat from the Yi family is still chasing after you? Wei Ying nodded gloomily. Then what do you think? What can I think? Of course I don't like him. I have no feelings for him. Why don't you just say that you can't forget Shen Mingxi? Jiang Xiaowei took a sip of beer and smiled. Wei Ying lowered her head shyly, knowing that she couldn't hide her thoughts from her sister-in-law. Just then, she received a WeChat message. She opened it, and a trace of pleasant surprise flashed across her eyes. Ying, are you asleep? No. Wei Ying replied instantly. You look like you know who sent you the message. Okay, you can chat. Jiang Xiaowei patted her sister-in-law's shoulder and stood up. Sister-in-law, don't tell my brother. Wei Ying was very afraid of her second brother, Wei Liao. Chapter 3449. I know, but my hush money is expensive. Jiang Xiaowei teased her. No problem. I'll send you a red pocket in a minute. Then, Wei Ying continued chatting with Shen Mingxi with a smile. Shen Mingxi, I'm busy at work today. I just finished working overtime. Wei Ying, oh, take care of yourself. Shen Mingxi, are you free now? Wei Ying, what's up? Shen Mingxi, I haven't had dinner yet. Do you want to have supper together? Wei Ying, okay, I'm hungry. Shen Mingxi, how about the dumpling restaurant on Old Street on Chunshan Road? Wei Ying, okay, I want dumplings too. Shen Mingxi, I'll pick you up at your house. Wei Ying, oh, no, I'm outside. Let's meet at the dumpling restaurant. I'll drive there myself. Shen Mingxi, okay, be careful. Wei Ying chatted with Shen Mingxi on WeChat for a while and then stood up with her coat. Big brother. Wei Ying walked up to Wei Liao, who was chatting with Tang Chuan. What's up? I'm sleepy. I'm going back to bed. You drank. Can you drive? I'll have the driver pick you up. Wei Liao was about to make a phone call. No, I've called a designated driver. Don't worry. Don't drink too much. It's not good for your health. I know. Wei Liao was chatting with Tang Chuan and didn't notice the subtle expression on Wei Ying's face. Just like that, she sneaked out. Wei Ying drank a little, but not too much. She didn't call a designated driver and drove to the dumpling restaurant. When she got there, Shen Mingxi was already there. So fast. Shen Mingxi smiled. Yeah, there were few people on the road at night, so I drove a little fast. I ordered pork and celery for you. Okay, I love celery. Wei Ying took off her coat with a smile. Shen Mingxi picked up a rose from the seat to his right. Here you are. When I got off the car, I saw a kid selling flowers. I knew today was Chinese Valentine's Day, so I bought one. Thank you. Wei Ying happily took the roses. If she remembered correctly, this was the first time they spent Valentine's Day together. Before they got married, Shen Mingxi was always busy with the company when they were dating. He basically didn't skip any festivals. Holding the single rose, Wei Ying felt a sense of happiness that she hadn't felt in a long time. Even though Yi Zhaoyang had given her 99 flowers, she was not happy at all. Shen Mingxi had only bought one, but she was as happy as a child. It seemed that the roses were not important, but the person who sent the flowers was. It seemed that the phrase chicken soup for the soul that was circulating on the internet was not wrong. If you chose the right person, every day would be Valentine's Day. Initially, she thought it would be good enough to receive a single rose. She didn't expect Shen Mingxi to give her another gift. It was a handbag with an obvious Chanel logo on it. Last time, I was too abrupt and caused you to be in an awkward situation. I'm very sorry. Later, when I was on a business trip to Hong Kong, I bought this. I said it was a limited edition and many female celebrities liked it. I thought it looked good and suited you, so I bought it back. But recently, I've been busy and didn't have time to give it to you. What's this? Wei Ying was curious. Open it and see. Wei Ying took the handbag and opened the box. Inside lay a pair of exquisite earrings. On the top was the classic Chanel logo, and on the bottom was a pair of high-quality pearls. It was the kind of design that all girls would like. As a socialite, Wei Ying was a loyal fan of Chanel and had almost all of Chanel's bags, jackets, and dresses. She also had this style of earrings, but not in this color. It was an ordinary style with white pearls, the kind that was milky white. That was because this pair was a faint purple color. Especially under the illumination of a light, it was very beautiful. It has this color? Wei Ying was pleasantly surprised. Do you like it? Yes, I like it. Wei Ying nodded happily. Shen Mingxi also smiled. Just then, the restaurant's Annie walked over enthusiastically with 2 plates of dumplings. Mr. Shen, your wife is very beautiful. You two look like husband and wife. The Annie's words made Shen Mingxi and Wei Ying feel awkward again. Chapter 3450. Shen Mingxi seemed to want to explain. Big brother Mingxi, let's eat it while it's hot. It'll get cold soon. Okay. Wei Ying interrupted Shen Mingxi, so he didn't explain further. She thought Shen Mingxi wasn't prepared for this day, but he still received gifts and flowers at this late hour. Wei Ying felt very happy and content, although their relationship was still in a stalemate. Are you still in contact with Hui Yinyan? Wei Ying asked after a moment of thought. Yes. I visit her regularly at the Mental Rehabilitation Center and give her some photos of Tian Tian in Singapore. Is she okay? Not very. She scolds and hits people. The doctors there say they give her sedatives occasionally. It seems she has a complete mental breakdown. Yes. After all, she's been through so much and she can't get over it. What about you? Big brother Mingxi, are you really going to take care of Tian Tian for the rest of her life? Will she be grateful to you? Wei Ying always felt Hui Yinyan's child had a strange personality and seemed to have some flaws. She wasn't as easy to communicate with as other children and seemed to be hostile to everyone. Wei Ying's thoughts weren't without basis. When Tian Tian went abroad to study, Wei Ying helped her find the school and a nanny there. Wei Ying had a best friend who went there to study since high school. They came back every holiday and had fun together. Now the girl was working there as an executive of a famous company. Most of the time, she was the one who contacted people there. After Tian Tian left, Wei Ying pitted her for being young and having no one to accompany her, so she asked her best friend to take care of her. After a few visits, her best friend stopped. She said the child was annoying and had a bad personality. Even the nannies taking care of her had changed 7 times. From Filipino maids to Indian and Taiwanese people, none of them satisfied her. Not only did she not study, but she also spent a lot of money. Once, She spent more than 1 million yuan on Shun Mingxi's credit card in 1 week. No one knew what she bought. She even asked Wei Ying to tell Shun Mingxi to leave the child alone. But Wei Ying knew it was impossible. Tian has no one to rely on now. I'm the only one she has. Shun Mingxi poured some vinegar into his plate and sighed. But I think that being good to a child doesn't mean that you have to spend a lot of money on her. The most important thing is to educate her well. Children are naive and willful. They don't know what's good for them, so adults have to teach them. My brother's son, Yin Shu, is very sensible. My parents like him very much. And almost everyone likes sister Huamin's twins. I understand what you mean, Ying, but we have to take it slow. Right now, Tian is angry with me and doesn't want to talk to me properly. Wouldn't it be better to bring her back? Forget it. It might not be a good thing for her to come back. My mother has always been against her. When the time comes, she might as well stay abroad. At the thought of this, Shun Mingxi felt particularly embarrassed. Wei Ying sneaked out on a date and didn't attract anyone's attention. On the other side, Lu Yin put her arms around Huamin's neck and showed off her loot. Sis, let me tell you a secret. What is it? Huamin looked at Lu Yin in puzzlement. Xiao Fei came to keep me company tonight. Where is he? He left. Left. Huamin froze. Yeah, he only left a little more than 5 hours ago. So willful. Guess what he gave me as a gift? Lu Yin boasted. Chapter 3451. Roses. Yeah. What else? Lipstick. Yeah. More. What else? Clothes? Handbags? Huamin tried his best to get close to her. Yeah, I bought them all. You won't be able to guess the most important one. Haha, what if I can guess it? Huamin looked at his sister's smug face and wanted to take her down a notch. That's amazing. If you can guess it, I lose. Let's bet 1 million yuan, okay? That much money. Huamin thought it was unthinkable to bet 1 million yuan. What are you afraid of? Your husband is rich. Lu Yin was sure she would win. Humph. You make it sound like I'm going to lose. Huamin was obviously not convinced. Since you're my sister, I'll give you 3 chances. If you can't guess it correctly 3 times, you'll have to give me 1 million yuan. Okay, I'll try. Huamin liked to play with Lu Yin. Seeing that she was in a good mood tonight, he took advantage of the situation and made a bet with her. A pistol? Huamin thought Yan's identity would require a pistol. It was said that good pistols were very expensive. That was why he guessed it was a weapon. No. Wrong. Haha, you lost your first chance. You have 2 more. Lu Yin raised 2 fingers, looking smug. Not a pistol? Then, let me think. A bomb? Huamin thought Lu Yin, a genius bomb expert, was obsessed with bombs like a panda with bamboo. No. Haha, it's the second time. Sis, you're doomed. Lu Yin saw the light of victory. The 1 million yuan was almost in her hand. Seeing that the answer was still wrong, Huamin lowered his head and fell into deep thought. 1 minute later, okay, are you going to think about it all night? Dr. Hua, huh? Tell me. Lu Yin urged him. Is it a bulletproof vest? Fuck. Lu Yin's expression was one of shock. Am I right? How did you know? Sis, did you talk to Xiao Fei on the phone? Lu Yin was shocked. Don't talk nonsense. I don't know that kid's phone number. Then, how did you know? Lu Yin was very suspicious. Seeing how happy you are, I knew that you would like it. My previous guesses about the pistol and the bomb were wrong. After thinking about it, I realized that Xiao Fei couldn't have brought any dangerous goods in the country, so it should be something easy to carry and pass through customs easily. I heard that the Russian military factories are very good at producing all kinds of military weapons. As a girl, the only thing that you can use is probably a bulletproof vest. Thank you. Lu Yin cupped her fists. When Big Sister calmed down, her brain was indeed not for nothing. Her reputation as a genius was not undeserved. These deductions were all correct. You guessed it right. Chick, give me the money. I want cash. Huamin reached out his hand to tease Lu Yin. Pooh. Dr. Hua, you're crazy. Do you know how much 1 million yuan in cash is? It's okay, my family of 4 can carry it. Ha ha ha. You're cheating me. How am I cheating you? Who was the one who was so excited to bet 1 million yuan with me? Okay, 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 I'll transfer the money to you now. It's really a night of losing money. Lu Yin turned on her watch and transferred the money quickly. Then, and walked up from behind her. Lu Yin, President Su seems a little drunk. I'll take him home now. He has a shareholders meeting tomorrow. I'll go with you to get the car. My sister can't drive by herself. Let's go together. Then, Lu Yin and took the elevator to the parking lot on the second floor of the basement and prepared to drive the car to the gate. Just as I was about to take out the keys to Su Yu's black Lamborghini, "Be careful," Lu Yin suddenly yelled. He saw a man holding a knife and chopping at Xiaowen's head. The scene was extremely dangerous. Chapter 3452. It turned out that 4 or 5 people wearing masks and hats had appeared in the parking lot. Each of them had a machete in their hand and looked menacing, and didn't expect an ambush here, so he just wanted to drive the car out. Lu Yin was the kind of person who lived on the tip of a knife all day long. With her years of intuition, she sensed that the atmosphere in the parking lot was wrong. Sure enough, she was more careful and saw the people who had almost killed, and fortunately, they were both martial artists and started fighting in the parking lot. However, no security guards came, which meant that these people had tampered with the cameras. It seemed to be a trap, and was agile and knocked down one of them with a few punches. It seemed that these people didn't have any martial arts skills and couldn't be beaten up. Lu Yin was more ruthless and broke the other party's bones. In less than 3 minutes, the people wearing masks and hats were all lying on the ground. "Tell me, who are you?" and squatted down and grabbed one of them by the collar. "Humph." The person seemed to want to ignore him. He turned his head and didn't say anything. "Are you going to tell me or not? If you don't, I'll slap you," and seemed angry. He had to figure out the identity of these people, but they still didn't want to say anything. "Get up. Let me do it." Lu Yin really didn't like the way An asked questions. So, she grabbed him and dragged him to the side. Then, she squatted down, took out her dagger, and stabbed the man's thigh. Ah! The sudden pain caused the man to cry out in alarm. "From now on, I'll ask you a question. If you don't answer in 3 seconds, I'll stab you." Then, Lu Yin looked at them. "Who are you?" The man seemed to be hesitating about what to say, but the time passed. Lu Yin stabbed him again. This time, she stabbed near his kneecap. The pain level increased by a few points. "Who's your target?" After Lu Yin asked, she raised her hand and was about to stab him again. Scared, the man answered immediately, "Our target is Su Yu." "Su Yu?" Lu Yin was surprised. "Why do you want to assassinate Lord Su?" And was confused. Lord Su had been doing business for the past few years and had a good reputation. Although he had a bad temper, he never bullied others. She didn't do anything heartless out of greed. Why did she want to assassinate President Su? "Why did you assassinate Su Yu?" Lu Yin asked again. This time, the man learned his lesson and replied directly, "We're all hardcore fans of Miss Nia and know that Miss Nia has always liked Su Yu. However, that scumbag, Su Yu, dumped her after he was done playing with her. Now, he even brought a woman home. A man like that deserves to die." "Miss Nia?" Lu Yin froze, not knowing what was going on. Xiaoan immediately understood. "Are you fans of Yelingxian?" "Yes, we've liked her for several years. She's low-key and has no scandals. Such a good girl was ruined by Su Yu." "Su Yu deserves to die." "Bullshit. There's nothing between President Su and Miss Nia. That's impossible. The newspaper reported about them. Besides, if it weren't for Su Yu, Miss Nia wouldn't have been forced to go abroad. You didn't even know this before you came to assassinate President Su. What a bunch of idiots," and cursed angrily. "Is this Su Yu's love debt?" Lu Yin put away her knife and stood up slowly. "You're tuning into the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference. as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.